It's gonna be alright. Cause me and my clique, we don't give a fuck. Sweet daddy, let's go. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. If you want some, come get some.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You're welcome to the FTW Future Focus. I'm your host, the Mastermind Bob Rogers, here at the FTW Studios. We are just recovering from an interesting pay-per-view last night, and I'm recovering from 13 hours of craziness. Work has been nuts. And also, plus, we hate deer. Okay,
yes,
so,
immensely.
Yes. We're going to go ahead and introduce our panel. First off, right next to me, he's from Indianapolis, Indiana. He's the reason why the deer are existing in the first place.
I know. Poor Chris, get blamed for everything.
He's in love with Liv Morgan. God help this man. But he is very knowledgeable in wrestling, been a fan for over 30 years. He is the gadget man, Chris Woods. Chris, what's up?
I am the quintessential stud muffin.
Wow. I can never look at him again. Wow. Okay. Next, from Bloomfield, Indiana, where Chris sent the deer. He sent out 48 deer in a UPS truck and said, "What Brown can do for you."
Oh boy.
That's the same thing the Kid Alliance said.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh,
I actually
no.
showed her what Brown could do for her, but anyway.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
But seriously, the man's on IWTV, he's on Fight TV, and he is also on the FTW Independent Island. If you think I'm joking and think I'm just talking him up when I say he has the platinum voice, go to the Independent Island on the FTW network on YouTube. Check it out. You will hear him proud, loud, and the man can go. He makes Corey Graves turn over in his grave, dig another one, and jump in that one. He is your not so humble correspondent, Robert Black. Rob, what's up?
Well, aside from my driver's side headlight, I'm fine. But yeah, I am your not so humble stud muffin, and I'm ready for my backlash recovery program.
And next, he is out of Indianapolis, Indiana, by way of Chicago, Illinois. He is a Cubs fan.
Cool.
You hear no applause.
I was trying to help.
Oh no, the FTW fan is applauding right now when you said that.
Okay. Oh God, we definitely can't see him. Oh my God, this man is practicing to be the next Harry Carey. He is the president of Motown Wrestler Group. He is Tony Motown Allen. Tony, what's up?
I'm gonna be Harry Carey. I need to get some Budweisers. Since we're doing Joe Gertner, it is high. Put your lips on my dipstick, Gertner.
That's the man. And finally, last but not least, silent but deadly. His new nickname is TKK. Do you know what that's for?
Tony Khan Killer.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
This man. I'm sorry, I'm laughing too much, and I'm coughing afterwards too. This man tells the truth about what he thinks. He doesn't hold anything back. Don't let his silence fool you because he has no problem with telling you what's on his mind, especially if your name is Tony and Khan. So Motown gets it half the time, but you know, if you have both of them, you be getting it, bro. He is marvelous, Marcus Buckley. Marcus, what's up, bro?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
So we got a lot to talk about. We had the event yesterday, which was pretty cool. But we're gonna go into some other things real quick first. Man, this is one of the happiest weeks that I have to have. I'd say I've had in professional wrestling. And no, it wasn't because of Backlash. It was because of one event. And we hardly talk about this place, but it's Impact Wrestling. The return of Naom. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You said Harley, have we ever?
No, we hardly talk. Yeah, we hardly ever talk about it.
I still watch it. I still watch it. They got their own channel.
Watching it, talking about it on the program is two different
Yeah.
things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it made me happy to see her.
Yeah.
And she gets in that ring at Impact, and she does her promo, and she's smiling, and she's chocolate, and she,
Yeah.
man, you know what?
Yeah.
Return of Nate. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep saying Naomi. Trinity Fatu.
Hey, can Marcus go first on this? Because
Man.
Yes, I do. I do want Marcus to go first because I want you to tell me and answer me this question. This is a question to the panel.
Okay.
Do you think Impact Wrestling will treat her right? And quickly on that, who would be a dream matchup? One person.
just one?
Yeah, one. Because you'll give me a list of like 60 and, you know.
I had 5.
Oh, well, one.
Okay. First of all, I am ecstatic that my baby is back. I just wish they would have, if I had known that, I would have drove out to Cicero to go out there and see if I had any idea. Man. But first of all, they absolutely going to treat her right because first of all, Trinity is going to be a big fish in a little pond for one. That is a huge signing for Impact. Secondly, I'm sure when she was negotiating terms of her contract, everything that she didn't get in WWE, I'm positive she negotiated to come to Impact. I'm sure Impact was going to give her whatever she wanted to come there. So absolutely, they're going to treat her right. She's going to have that belt by September. She's going to have that belt. She's probably not making WWE money, but in terms of respect and wherever else, other things that we don't know about that she won in WWE, she's definitely going to get that. And in terms of a dream match, I got one opponent that's the perfect dream match for Trinity. That's Marcus Buckley in a no holds barred.
Wow.
Bucket ass naked and hot baby oil. That's
I almost said the M word.
That's the dream match right there.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Nothing else even matters. No other opponent right there. Marcus Buckley, the dream opponent.
I can't believe this.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, he just blew this question out the water.
I'm gonna watch that.
The rest of us don't need to respond. That's it. We can't follow that.
There you go.
We can't follow that.
Pay for it. It could be pay-per-view. It could be free. I don't care.
I'm not watching that.
I am.
Hey, whatever.
I am. It'd be the best thing that women's division of TNA has put out in 10 years.
No, you're a freak, Tony. I'm not watching Marcus.
There you go.
But no,
seriously, I mean, I don't know. For a dream opponent, I mean, I'm thinking maybe Carly Steels. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think they would be a good matchup, but for them to, I thought about Jade, but Jade's just a little too green right now for me. But yeah, I would say Carly Steels.
Okay.
No, they have to be an Impact, right, for a dream match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, an Impact. Tony,
Well,
go
there
ahead.
is the Forbidden Door, but that only applies to certain places.
I would like to see her forbidden backdoor, but anyway.
Yeah.
Thank
Man.
you for joining us
Man.
on FTW Future Focus.
Man.
Oh man, I
You
wouldn't
talk
mind
about
putting
getting
in her
rid- about
forbidden
getting
door.
rid- man, you talk about
Thank
getting
you for
rid-
joining us
rid-
on FTW Future Focus.
It's gonna be the record. This is gonna be the record.
We
Oh,
already did
man.
that last week. Oh,
Man,
God.
you talk about getting
Oh
rid
man,
of
we
it.
talking about Trinity's ass. Oh my
Man.
God. Speaking of that ass, Trinity, they're going to treat it right for all the reasons Marcus said. She is a big fish in a little pond. I really wish she went to AEW, but I guess I got to start watching Impact.
Yeah.
And I just want her AEW for selfish reasons because I watch AEW, I don't watch Impact. I haven't had a reason until last week before. My dream match, her versus Jordan Grace.
Ooh,
I thought about that.
I thought about that too.
Yeah.
I want to see that match. I definitely want to see that match. So Jordan Grace is my dream opponent for her. Oh my God, let me be the bologna in that sandwich.
Right on. Robert.
Okay. First of all, we don't cover Impact enough on the Future Focus, and hopefully we'll be able to correct that in the future. And to mine own self be true, I don't watch Impact enough, so I need to correct that on my own part. It was the right move for Trinity to go to Impact because it was neutral ground. If she had gone to AEW, then it's possible that because of what's going on with Endeavor, that her husband may have been punished for her going to AEW.
Good
So,
That's
as
a good point.
yeah. So, in order to keep her family from having to go through that, then she definitely made the right choice. As far as opponents go, I'd say that the best foil for her as a babyface right now would be Deonna Purrazzo.
She was on my list too.
That's the champ. I mean,
She was on my list of 5.
Yeah, it's not necessarily because she's got the belt right now. It's because she is such an effective heel that, and Naomi is coming in, Trinity is coming in as such a strong babyface that it would be just the perfect thing to set it on fire. Even if she didn't get the belt right away, which you guys said like by September she may have the title. So, if you wanted to set the Knockouts division on and get some damn good ratings, that would be how you do it.
All right, Chris.
let me clarify this
It doesn't
situation.
matter about you, no.
Yes, it does. Because I'm going to tell you that her going to Impact was perfect. They have, with the Forbidden Door, they have New Japan and Stardom, where her former tag team partner, Mercedes Monet, is Sasha Banks. So we could see a reunite. We can even see them fighting in a dream match. That could be possible. When I heard her go into Impact, I started going, oh, she might end up fighting Sasha in a main event for a title, or just for, they won't even need a title to have a main event. But then I started thinking Naomi's one of the GOATs. And this is why she's a GOAT. She's the most athletic female performer of all time. We all can agree to that. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Right.
He does the stuff that Kofi Kingston does as a man. She can do it as a female wrestler. So when I think of who's a GOAT on Impact's roster, it's Mickie James. I don't even know if they've ever wrestled before. Mickie James is a former NWA women's champion, Divas champion in WWE, and a 6-7 time Impact champion. I know. And I'm thinking, if you talk about main event, Mickie James is, for Impact, she is the John Cena of Impact Wrestling. She's one of the most popular female wrestlers they've ever had. So I want to see if Trinity's going to be heel or a face. I'm thinking she's coming in as a face, and if she does, then Mickie James is the perfect heel to put her in before they put her in a title program with Deonna Purrazzo. So I'm thinking her and Mickie James is my dream match, and I'm just excited to see her back in wrestling. Trinity's going to just explode and do phenomenal things in Impact.
You know what? I think she'll be tired. That's why I didn't pick her.
I wasn't sure she was still wrestling.
I don't know. She's still on the roster, and she's.
So is Gail Kim, though.
So basically,
no, Gail Kim's not on the roster.
Excuse me. Now, when it comes to Trinity, there are some things that I just love about this Impact signing, but kind of disappoint me. I was looking forward to seeing if she would go to AEW, but I'm kind of glad she didn't with all this stuff with former WWE chicks going over there and all of this separation and all this goofy stuff. It gets on my nerves because now you're losing out on people like Trinity, and I bet you that was probably part of the process of why she didn't go to AEW. Second of all, the Sasha Naomi matchup did cross my mind a bit. I love that. That was awesome. But I'm just looking at Jordynne Grace.
Yeah.
And Jordynne Grace is a technical genius, just like Jonathan is. And Trinity is a genius where she could work with technical people. I mean, did you remember the match that she had with Natty on SmackDown? Mm-hmm. I want to say it was about a couple of years ago. Oh my God, they tore it up.
Yep.
And it was like WWE was afraid to bring that match back again because it was so damn good. I'm sorry. I think Jordynne Grace is going to be the opponent that's going to tip her over. Deonna Purrazzo is going to be a win over a heel as a heel. Mickie James is going to be that aficionado to where she's going to come in later. I think she's going to, if she is retired, she's going to come back out just to face her and put her over. And then you just got so many matchups there with that women's division. It's awesome. So,
quick question of clarification. When it comes to Mercedes Moné, she has the IWGP Women's Championship, or does she have the Stardom Championship?
I thought she lost it already.
Yeah, she lost it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, she did? Okay.
Yeah.
It's just, I didn't know whether the IWGP Women's title belonged to New Japan exclusively, or whether it was a Stardom title, or where it fell.
No, it was IWGP.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Who did she lose it to, though?
On a side note, Mercedes was backstage with her Friday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was backstage with her, so you never know.
Who did she lose the title to?
I can't pronounce her name.
I forgot her name, but it's their biggest star. She put her over.
Yeah.
Was it Kari Sane?
No.
Okay.
It was like a Ishiboto or something like that. Yeah. I can't remember exactly.
I just can't pronounce it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not trying to pronounce that. That's just too much. And
hey, on the Impact roster though, don't sleep on Killer Kelly. I think Killer Kelly versus Trinity is going to be a good matchup as well.
Oh, Killian King?
Kylan King, yeah.
Well, really? Not only her, but I like Jessica. She's a beast. Their whole roster. That's why I don't want her to go up against Grace yet, because Grace is an up and coming. I don't want her to suppress her, because we want, when you hire a Trinity, she's going to get wins. Mm-hmm. So with Jordynne Grace, she's up and coming. I don't want her to up suppress her rise or anything.
And Rosemary's still on the roster.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a really good match. That would be a nice match, a nice feud.
I would love to see that match, because I would not get up out the bed.
But Rosemary's a baby face right now.
Mm-hmm. I know.
What about Su Yan? I saw her on the roster too there.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be nice. They still have the best women's roster in wrestling, top to bottom. And that's over WWE. WWE's top heavy. Knockouts have always, over the last 15 years, they've just been consistent. They've always been consistent with their roster. And what I like about them, they're like NWA. They have different shapes and sizes. Like a Piper Niven could thrive in the knockouts division. The way,
You have to say her name.
well, because they won't let her thrive in WWE.
Oh,
If she was in the knockouts division, she'd be a superstar.
Yeah, she's already a
Facts.
superstar though.
She is a star. I mean, she's one of the best wrestlers on the roster, and they don't use her like that.
Yeah, I know. But now we got to go to the next subject.
All right.
Yeah, Tony picked this one out, and Tony had a lot of sense on this one. I got to give him his props on this because I didn't catch this. The WWE World Championship Tournament.
Yeah.
Now, there is confusion amongst us sane people that actually heard what the announcer said.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, for what we understood was that basically, what they call it, the WWE World Title is supposed to
The
be
world
on
title,
Raw.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And everything is supposed to be on Raw. It's not supposed to cross over. It's not supposed to do anything, nothing like that.
It's not true.
But then you go ahead and have a tournament to where SmackDown and Raw is included in the tournament. My question is, who was drinking? What was they smoking? Because I don't want none of it. Tony, you pick this out. Go first. What the hell is the problem? Why are they playing this game?
It makes no sense at all. I mean, we know the roster split is like BS. Like after a while, they just don't pay attention to it. But goddamn, the new rosters haven't even kicked in yet. Like the new roster starts tomorrow. You're gonna have a tournament on Raw, and they're gonna crown the winner on Raw. A tournament on SmackDown, and these two champions are gonna face each other at Night of Champions for the world title. Why do we even have this bullshit belt if this is what you're going to do? Like, you have a belt for that brand, but both brands are competing for it. Might as well leave Roman Reigns as your champion for both shows, to be 1,000% honest with you, because this makes no sense whatsoever. So basically, either whoever the champion is, whoever the winners are for these tournaments, 90% of us is going to pretty much assume that the Raw guy's going to win, because you can't bring the title back to put it on SmackDown when the reason you brought the title back is to have it on two separate brands.
Right.
So right now, whoever wins is spoiler right off the bat. It's a spoiler on who's going to win, who's going to lose. It makes no sense at all. Like you might as well just split the titles that Roman had. Like to create a whole new title to do this, it's just goofy as hell. I don't know who the hell. I don't know what the fuck Vince was smoking. Mr. Gomez over there or something, because you're the only one delusional enough to think this was a good idea.
The Gomez Adams pipe. I got you, Marcus.
I mean, if they were going to go this route, a simple fix would have been, and to add the caveat, if someone from SmackDown wins, then he's automatically moves to Raw, and they'll trade for somebody else or something like that. That would have been, even though it's all stupid, that would have been a simple way to do it. What I hate even more, instead of doing a tournament, they're doing 2 3-way matches, or 4 3-way matches, whatever they're doing. I don't even like that at all. I mean,
Wait. You heard that?
Yeah.
What the hell was I drinking? Okay.
2 triple threat matches on each show.
Right.
The winners go to the winners go to Saudi
Fight in the main event on each show, and then the 2 winners from each show fight at Night of Champions.
The dumbest shot.
Right. I would have rather seen them Night of Champions be a tournament, like King of Weed style, or something like that.
Yes.
If they were
going to remember they replaced King of Rings,
right, or something like that. To me, there's so many things they could have did differently. We talked about it last week. They should have took one of those titles off Roman and made it over there, because this, as far as I don't care who wins it, it's going to be the secondary championship the default champion, as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, Roman's the champ. In that's just. I don't care who. I don't even care who wins it. But the idea sucked. They could have did way different things that would have been better than what they decided on.
That's true. Rob.
Okay, I call it the nostalgia belt because it looks like big gold and it's got the logo slapped in the middle of it. I just call it the nostalgia belt because they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. They didn't want to beat Reigns, but yet they don't want to have one show without a champion, and they don't want to split up the damn belts again, so they just make a new one. They throw out this tournament, and it took them less than 2 weeks to forget their own rules. It's ridiculous.
But Rob, you talk about them cakes, man. If I had Naomi's cake, I'd eat it too.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Hey, you thinking about that cake?
I'm talking all that to myself.
You're all thinking about that cake. I'm thinking about them yams.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
I'm thinking about that cake in there.
Well, in my region, we call them buns.
I want all of it.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
I
want to apologize to my mom, though, because she said last week's show was a little anal, but goddamn, we talk about Naomi's ass right now.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh my God.
Them yams, baby, them yams.
It's ridiculous. The whole process of this tournament is ridiculous. They should have just kept everything on Raw, had like if they were going to decide it with triple threats, just go 3 versus 3, 2 triple threat matches, 1-on-1, that decides the title, and it's all on Raw. If they were going to be serious about this damn brand split, they just basically negated the whole point of the draft in one fell swoop. It's idiotic to the extreme. But anyway, I'm done. Go ahead and finish this off, man.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chris.
I agree with everybody that it's idiotic, but we're all missing the point. They never needed to create the Universal title in the first place. They had Big Gold and they had the WWE title. We had 2 titles all along. And now we know what really happened. When Cody didn't win at WrestleMania, they had to create a belt and this is what we'll give Cody. This is the Cody inaugural belt. I'm telling y'all right now, if Cody doesn't win it, it's because McMahon's back. These are the only 2 guys that are going to win this belt. Cody or McMahon's handpicked guy, Austin Theory. These are the 2 guys that are going to win that belt. It's not going to be Dominic. It's not going to be who I think deserves it, Seth Rollins. And then you have some kind of baby face or heel chase him, and you build up a new superstar, or Bobby Lashley. Rollins or Lashley are the 2 guys I would give the belt to. This belt is going to Cody Rhodes or Austin Theory. I'm telling you, that's what the belt was created for. They're doing what the EVPs did when they created the Three Amigos belt. That's what I call that belt. That's what they're doing. They created a belt for Cody. Cody didn't win look at everybody's in the uproar. Cody they should have split the belts up. Let's create a belt for Cody Rhodes to give him a consolation prize. That's what they're doing. And what they need to do is merge that the Universal belt with the WWE and give them Snoop Dogg's belt. That should be the world title belt. Snoop Dogg's belt. Snoop should hand over his belt, and they say, Snoop, give us your one belt. We'll give you both of these belts for your one belt. I know, I'm just saying, but if I was Snoop, I'd be like, you're going to give me both of those belts for this one belt? I'm taking that deal. This belt was designed for Cody or Austin Theory, and those are facts. Mark my words.
Well, let me go ahead and get mine in. Only problem I have with that theory is this was in the works way before, so unfortunately that's not it. But this world championship thing, the tournament itself, is dumber than the chick that was running for his vice president for the Republican Party. That was a fuck. It's dumb. It makes no sense. You say that the belt is going to stay on Raw, but you're going to have SmackDown participants. And then I guess we're supposed to just assume, oh, yes, you're going to go ahead and put them to Raw. And you ain't said nothing. That should be known through the stipulations, what's right from the top. This is what I wish they would have did. Re-signed Naomi and gave her the belt. I'd have been happy. I'd have been happy. What question not going to do that?
Man, you're going to have me challenging her for the title.
I'm going to challenge her for the title, but
this is the thing that makes my brain hurt. They need to make rules, stick with them, and not forget that they made the damn rules.
Lazy booking, Rob. Lazy booking.
Exactly.
Let's start off with what I was talking about when they did that unsanctioned match on NXT. Did not that make any type of sense whatsoever. That was a no disqualification match. That was not a non-sanctioned match. You know, they've done a lot of stuff like this, trying to restructure the rules to make themselves look good. That's WWE.
Or because they forget the rules.
You know, we talk about Tony Khan, which rightfully so we should.
Yes.
But WWE does the same dumb shit.
Yes.
Period. So.
And they don't even realize they're doing it. That's the
they
problem.
realize it.
No, they realize it, Rob.
They plan everything, Rob.
WWE is the most planning people on earth. They plan for this shit. We're just going to restructure it to do this, and then we'll do this, and they'll fall for it because they love WWE.
That's almost scary because, I mean, as retarded as Tony Khan is, at least he ain't planning out the stupid stuff way in advance with an entire team like Vince McMahon.
Remember, McMahon said he doesn't care what we think. We'll tell you what the fans think.
Yeah, well,
but the thing is, the tournament needs to go on all Raw people. Let all Raw decide who that Raw champion is.
Yeah, and
then we're done with it. It's the most embarrassing thing on earth. But I also got to disagree with you, Chris. Dominic Mysterio has to be the first champion.
No.
I'm sorry.
Dominic
has so much heat.
No. I think Rollins should be the first champion, but it's going to be Austin Theory or Cody Rhodes. Watch. Mark my words. I'll bet $20 on it. One of them two.
I won't disagree with you on that, but I think Dominic Mysterio should get it. That man
not ready.
So much heat.
No.
He can melt.
If his dad won it, I agree with you. If you said Rey Mysterio and then had Dominic going after his dad, I would agree with that. But it has to be a veteran. It has to be a veteran.
Damian Priest. I'll explain.
No, after what I saw last night, they're not giving Damian Priest shit, Rob. You already should know that.
No.
Well, we're about to get to that.
Explain later.
Yeah.
We're about to get into that a little bit later because that's
they treat Damian Priest like a bitch.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the bitch mode in a bit.
Yeah, we'll get there.
God, dog, I'm telling you, I just wish Dominic would get it.
I love Dominic, but he's not getting no. He needs to be an Intercontinental or a U.S. champ. That's what he needs.
You think he should be U.S. champ?
You got there's steps to it. You know, we all know there's steps to it. U.S., IT, you know, Intercontinental.
No, he need to be world. God, I need my medicine. All right. Dominic's the man. Next. We went pretty quick on that one. But I know Rob wants to talk about this, and this is something I do want to go in depth about. AEW in London has done supposedly some phenomenal things. It's been said that they have sold 60,000 tickets in London for this Wembley Stadium event. So since we got some extra time, let me just ask you this straight up. Number one, do we have a case of people smudging numbers? Two, if they are smudging numbers, what do we think the real number is? And three, is this the case of a shiny new toy coming in and everybody getting excited? And if people don't understand what I mean by that, that's where something new comes along and everybody jumps out their panties and their drawers and be like, "Oh my god, I want that!" And they flock to it and they buy it because it's the new thing on the block. I mean, it could be that. I mean, I'm just asking that also. So let's start off with Chris, and then go to Rob.
No, it's not a new shiny thing. Wembley Stadium, they can fill that. Soccer fills that stadium with over 100,000. Tyson Fury, the boxer, just filled it with 90,000. Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog. We all remember what was SummerSlam '92.
Yeah.
Filled that stadium 86,000. UK is a wrestling country. We all know that, and I'm convinced now. You guys convinced me, and CM Punk's gonna be there. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm convinced CM Punk's gonna be there. Those are wrestling fans, and those are smart fans. One of the few podcasts that I do listen to for wrestling, I listen to 5. Wrestle Talk is a UK podcast. It's one of my favorites. They know their wrestling. They are up on everything. They are up on Impact. They're up on WWE. They are up on AEW. AEW is the new thing on the block, but AEW has been traveling, and they do have superstars in AEW. The Bryan Danielsons, as much as I hate the Kenny Omegas, the Young Bucks, all the way down. I mean, they have a roster. And then they have a roster full of UK wrestlers. We can just go to Aleister Black and X-Pac. I mean, not X-Pac, but Pac. They got, I can't name every wrestler that they got from over there, but they got a roster full of UK wrestlers. The UK is on point when it comes to it. I don't know what the ticket prices are over there, but I'm assuming they must be affordable to where they're going to try to fill that stadium up. I don't know if they'll reach the 90 to 100,000. But if it's true and they are at 60,000, which that's public knowledge, that's not something that can be hidden from the public ticket sales. If they're at 40 to 60,000, I call that a win for AEW, especially over there for a pay-per-view event. And if CM Punk arrives, that place is going to explode. We all agree. Can we all agree about that?
Yep.
That's going to and their pay-per-views are pretty good. They haven't really failed on their pay-per-views. They've had pretty solid pay-per-views that when we on a scale of 1 to 5, they've been 3.5s to 5. So I mean they're pretty much they're gonna go all out. That's one thing, Tony, and his promotion's been pretty good. So I'm hoping that this is true, and I believe in it because I just know that the UK, just like we just saw last night, Puerto Rico, Canada, those are wrestling countries. When you go over there, they're for their wrestling. So I believe it. I'm being honest with you.
Okay. Rob.
Last I heard, and this, I believe this was, I think, mostly confirmed, although I can't be for 100% certain, they're over 70,000 now. And once those numbers are confirmed, I believe I stand by what I said before. This is more than a wrestling event because nothing's been announced yet, not a single match.
That's a WrestleMania.
And it's more than the UK being like starved for wrestling. They are, don't get me wrong, and that is part of what's fueling the numbers, but there's more going on here. The first All In was a protest. It was a protest against Vince McMahon and the monopoly that had been going on since 2018. I believe this is also a protest. It's a protest against the 2 years that we were waiting for this sale, and we got screwed over by a merger instead, and I think people are a lot more pissed off at Vince and at Endeavor for the way that went down than what everybody's letting on. And I think that's part of what's fueling this. This is wrestling fans, AEW fans in particular, basically telling Gomez Adams what to go do with himself. And Chris is very right about something. Once they do start announcing who's going to be on this card, and if Punk is on it, and if he's part of Collision, and Bobby is right about their unofficial brand split, they'll fill that damn stadium. And the only thing that I wish is that I could go. But because of the situation with my eye, and because I'd have to renew a passport and everything, I can't. So,
and drive on the opposite side of the road too, Rob.
Yeah, and the left headlight still ain't going to work in the UK, and there's still deer in the UK, so that's a problem. But no, these numbers are incredible, and it's not only just a win for AEW, it's a win for all of us.
Yeah.
Because this has not happened. No American wrestling company has had a crowd this big since, I believe, the Georgia Dome in '98 with Hogan versus Goldberg for Nitro. This is history. And it hasn't happened in a quarter century. It's the first time in the 21st century that this has ever happened. So it's a win for all of us here and every wrestling fan in the world. So I not only believe it, but I can taste it. I want it.
What do you mean it hasn't happened? Almost every WrestleMania is 100,000
outside of WWE.
Oh, okay. I got
Yeah,
you.
WWE doesn't all the time, but
I was sitting there going, "What the hell is he talking about?" WrestleMania.
Right.
Did they say 100-something thousand last?
Combined 100,000, like 150.
Yeah, I know the Dallas when they were in Dallas, that was 110.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I think it was like 101 or 107. I'd have to check it again, but
okay.
This is legit history. Nobody outside of WWE has done this in a quarter century, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Marcus, go ahead.
Well, Chris touched on most of the points I want to make, but I think their sales are pretty legit. I think realistically, it's definitely between 45 and 50,000. The only thing I would add to it is I did a little research out of curiosity, and AEW's their ratings with that quote unquote key demographic of males 16 and 34 is big. So I mean, every year that audience grow. AEW, unlike here in the States, where their ratings going down, they're steadily going up in the UK. So I can imagine them coming here, they would be geeked, and which would spur ticket sales. So I think those sales are pretty legit, and I think, like Rob said, I think when they announce the card, especially if Punk is going to be on it, I think it might be a wrestling sellout. I'll say it like that.
Right on. Tony.
For me, wrestling companies always overinflate numbers. 70, 60, 70,000. I don't know if they're there yet. They probably have 40, 50. I think they are doing a phenomenal job, and I have no doubt that they'll sell it out. I don't think it's over WWE. If WWE didn't merge, if WWE sold, no matter what would have happened, I think AEW would have been selling all these tickets over there. The UK doesn't get professional televised wrestling that often, so I think no matter what, they would get that, though. But they're not going to need to announce any matches to sell tickets. Like, wrestling is not like that. When is the last pay-per-view that we ever seen from any other companies that had to announce a match to sell tickets? Most of the time they're sold out, or majority of the tickets are sold before we even know who's going there. Like Forbidden Door, All Out, when we went, we had no idea who's wrestling on those cards. They sold a lot of tickets to SummerSlam. 2 of us on here are going too. No clue who's wrestling.
Nope.
So they don't need matches to sell tickets. I mean, wrestling hasn't been like that in a good 20 years, where like, hey, we're gonna have to like put a match together or announce somebody to sell tickets. They're gonna sell regardless, and being over there, they're gonna sell because AEW is something new for them. So I don't think anything WWE had anything to do with it. They love professional wrestling over there. They just absolutely love it. So just on the hope that CM Punk, for me, it had nothing to do with like matches. They announced that CM Punk, or the rumors came out, CM Punk was returning before these pre-sales started. That's what they sell it on, though. So like on rumors and hope, just like what they have done in the past. That's what they will sell tickets though. But they don't have to make an announcement that the Punk's gonna be there. They'll be sold out before they get to the matches.
You're right.
Now, how can I explain this? Because I look like an asshole. What else is new though? I might not look as much as an asshole. AEW has a very unique thing when you talk about overseas. It's the same example of what I was talking about when I was discussing with Rob, and we were talking about the Joshies over here. AEW fits the European style of wrestling more. Somebody that me and Rob know, I don't know if Rob remember this guy, but he was in the news for being dumb on dumb stuff. His name was Drake Younger. Drake Younger was an independent wrestler here and ended up being a referee in WWE and went crazy and did dumb shit. But the fact what bring up Drake Younger is Drake Younger was that good to where he got invited overseas. He was in Japan. He was in Germany. He went all through Europe. He did a European tour. He did about 2 or 3 of them. But the thing about the European style is they accept hardcore wrestling. John Moxley, people like Drake Younger that do that hardcore wrestling is going to get over big time there. Because this is the first huge worldwide company that actually recognizes hardcore and deathmatch wrestling. Now, is it good for the wrestling business as a whole? In my opinion, I can say no. And the reason I say no is because I don't want everybody thinking that's all it is to professional wrestling. But at the same time, I do think it's good because it expands everyone's horizons and let people see different things and different aspects of professional wrestling. I think the sale numbers are a little overinflated. And the reason being is because I saw something and I was trying to pull it up so I could show it for y'all and I can't find it again. So I don't know if somebody was pulling a hoax or what. But they set up there and they showed the diagrams of how the seats was being sold.
I saw it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about there, Marcus, right? So when they were selling out every other row to look like it was filled. So I'm like at a point where I don't know what to think. Plus, the biggest problem I have is, again, and I don't consider them superstars, but it's the Young Bucks situation. We still got a problem where they don't want to work. CM Punk has stepped up and said, look, I'll work with them, whatever. They don't want to work with them. They're scared. Jim Cornette said it perfectly right. And those who get offended, please excuse me, but Jim Cornette said it perfectly. They are flat out pussies. They have a twat between their legs and they should compare it to Naomi's. And Naomi should show them how to use it.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Comparison, nah.
But
Bobby,
my thing is, when you look in the Young Bucks, we're not sure if they're going to be on a card and especially face each other. We don't know if they'll even be in the same building with this dude. They're already splitting it up to where they rotate them to where one's on Dynamite, the other one's on Collision. It sucks. This absolutely sucks. And one party's trying to reach out and the other one's acting like 10-year-old kids. This would be the ultimate of professional wrestling. If them two got together, work this as an angle, or keep working as an angle, or whatever the deal is, make that money, shut the hell up, and go on about your business. But no, people want to hold their pussy pants. And it's sad. Wembley Stadium I'm sorry if they hit 70, 82 is what I think the peak is going to be. They're going to stop at 82 unless they sign CM Punk versus and FTR or a combination of that versus a combination of the Elite. CM Punk versus Omega, sell it out. FTR versus the Young Bucks, sell it out. Those in the sixth man would sell it out. Without that element in, and they have their thumbs up their ass, and literally, you see Omega in matches with a thumb up his ass, it's not going to sell out. I'm sorry. And I wanted to so bad because I wanted to stuff in McMahon's face and Endeavor. I want them to shove it up their ass so bad. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen.
Bobby, one thing I did hear what people were saying about them selling like every other row in order to try to like fudge the numbers somehow. I think I saw that addressed somewhere, whereas they were trying to prevent scalpers from picking up all of the good seats. And so they staggered the aisles for general admission so that they would still have seats closer to the ring when the general sale happened after the pre-sale. So I think that a lot of the later numbers in the 70,000 are coming from them filling the rest of those rows.
I'm just trying to figure out how would that stop them, though.
I have no idea, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just gonna buy the whole section and have every other row open.
Right.
Well, see, they might have just held those seats back until the general sale. Is
Right.
what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I'm not from Ticketmaster, but that would make sense.
Well,
to
why
me.
the fuck ain't you? I want to know about SummerSlam.
Yeah. And then, they're going to give some seats away too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I can't do math. That's why I'm a commentator.
Yeah.
But hey, Bobby, you said something I wanted to ask about. You mentioned hardcore style, and what I know about UK wrestling is they like the strong style, like that Fit Finley type of style wrestling.
Too,
and so AEW does fit that style that they're gonna like. Like WWE, what I liked about the pay-per-view, they catered to the Puerto Ricans. They catered with if AEW caters to the UK style, like if WWE, when we had the Castle pay-per-view, Sheamus and McIntyre, they catered to them. A Pete Dunne, you cater to him. A Gunther, you cater to him. That's what AEW has to do. Go over there and cater to them with the strong style and the hardcore style. You're going to have a great pay-per-view. I guarantee it.
Okay, let me say this.
And you don't have to sell out.
Unless a story is told for me, I can't buy into even a regular match. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be some type of story there. So you could cater to my style. I mean, I'll approve Naomi versus Natalia in a bra and panties match, and right in front of me with oil and butter.
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
Bobby, there's no stories being told right now on AEW.
There's a lot of stories being told there, Chris.
Well,
the Four Horsemen's the only story. The Four Pillars is the only story I can think of right now.
No,
and Bobby's telling you there's a made-in storyline that the fucking EVPs won't do. That's pay-per-view money, and they won't do it.
But wait a minute.
Bobby's telling you it's built in.
But ever since they've been talking about splitting these rosters and having them on one show, I'm the only one that's been like, that's stupid.
Edge and Matt Hardy did it. We all know that storyline. Edge and Matt Hardy did it.
I don't think it's stupid to do it on the regular shows, but for a pay-per-view, you got to come together.
Especially with him coming back. That's a bang.
The reason why they not work with us because Tony Khan's allowing it. They want to do.
He should say, if you want your paycheck, you better do this because it's about money.
Right. Tony Khan needs to grab his balls. Tony Khan need to grab his balls and swing them a couple of
Look
times.
at their views on Wednesday nights. It's getting lower and lower and lower. They're getting ready to go into 800,000.
They suck.
They already there.
I mean, I'm sorry, the elite sucks. They can't carry groceries from Kroger's.
If they're leaving money on the table like that, then they're stupid as hell.
Who
They
the
need
fuck
to do the
is
math.
losing views and goes, we're going to have another show?
Hold on, let me
But
ask you a
what's
question.
dumber though? The employees leaving the money on the table or the boss allowing it?
Both.
Six
I'd
in one hand,
have done what
dozen in
Bobby
the other.
said. Bobby said, fire them motherfuckers. That's what Bobby said.
Yeah, I would have fired the motherfuckers. But my thing is this, seriously, think about this. Since CM Punk has been gone, MJF has tried to hold his own and do what he can. Daniel Bryan has went off on a rocker, which makes no sense to me.
They got him looking stupid.
Yeah. But my thing is, besides Jade Cargill, her chocolate sexy.
Oh, scissor me, Jay.
Sing it again. Sing it
Thank
again.
you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Honestly,
I want to be the
hell
one
is it
in
there?
Jay's record.
What the hell is it there to keep your interest? There isn't. See some guys flipping around? I could watch the circus. I mean, Barnum and Bailey is more entertaining than what's going on right now. And they and the thing that says, oh, well, they're doing new innovative moves.
No.
Well, I can see Circle du Soleil do the same shit.
Yep.
Reggie, who was Scripps, was doing the same shit before he got to WWE. All right? And it's nothing. It's nothing. I don't give a fuck about the flips. Tell a story. That is what has always got wrestling fans, is the story. Yes, you have to execute in that ring, but the story is what captivates fans. And I wish these lazy motherfuckers, because I'm going to just say this straight out right now. Motherfuckers get mad at me if they want to. I don't give a shit. I'm not getting a job from nobody. Listen, you know the reason why these motherfuckers try to talk about this new shit is because they're lazy. The hardest thing to do in a wrestling fucking promotion is to get the fans behind you. Working to have them fans love you or hate you is the hardest part of the fucking job. And you can get anybody to hate you. I can do that. I can just mention my ex-wife, show a picture, everybody be ready to kill me. But to get them to like you, you know what I'm saying? I went through racist places and had the crowds give me a standing ovation because I did my job so well. But I'm not doing those 360 flips and turning around and 680s and 520s.
If you were at your size, man,
You're telling a story. You'd be Keith Lee.
Fuck that. I won't even get on the top rope. Fuck that.
Like we've said before on here, AEW and WWE have equal but opposite problems.
Yes.
AEW has a storytelling problem.
Yes.
WWE has a
Technical
bad
problem.
match, lazy ass booking problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the problem is this simply. Stop being lazy motherfuckers. The elite need to learn how to tell a story, not these goofy ass stories, a deep story. Become Sami Zayn.
They just need Paul Heyman at AEW,
No,
and it would change. It would change them.
No.
It would change their whole game.
Listen. This is why I say it wouldn't.
What about Jim Cornette?
No, it wouldn't then either. Because guess why? Tony Khan is softer than a marshmallow that's being cooked in a campfire. This dude is letting his buddies run him over. He is trusting them to tell them the truth on pro wrestling when these dudes are looking out for themselves and not the company.
Oh yeah, Jericho is the main one.
Yeah, he's the main one, but you got the Young Bucks right behind him.
Hey, yeah. Jericho's smarter than the elite.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying he's the main one, though. You can tell he's just writing his own shit.
He ain't leaving no money on the table.
He literally destroyed Adam Cole's career. Adam Cole can't do nothing in my eyes anymore.
Wait, check this out. To prove your point, Chris, let me go ahead and say this to the people that's listening and watching. Think about how much he was saying CM Punk was a piece of trash.
Yep.
Think about how much he was talking trash and trying to side with the elite, look like buddy to the elite.
Yep.
Now, since it came out that $52 million a year could be made off the show, and they want to see CM Punk. Oh, well, guess what? Since the network wants you, yes, let's work together. Chris Jericho, I see why WWE got rid of Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is the biggest piece of shit there is.
Yep.
Because at least the Young Bucks is honest about theirs, and they know they're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He tries to describe his as poo.
You're
sorry.
right.
I'm sorry I had to go on a tangent like that, but the truth's got to be known.
You're right.
You know, the hardest part of the game is getting the fans to like you or hate you at a drop of a fucking hat. And these motherfuckers is coming up, especially, and I hate saying it, and I'm not picking on them, but AEW, a majority of them are too lazy to get the crowd behind them. Everybody's liked, and we do cool moves, except MJF.
And FTR. And FTR.
Oh, you got a few examples. FTR, MJF.
Remember they were calling FTR's name out when they weren't even wrestling. They were chanting their name, and they weren't pushing them.
I know. So, even the Guns. But this shit got to stop.
It's got to stop. You're right.
Fuck these motherfuckers. Fuck
You're right.
Whoa. Can we stop calling these motherfuckers? And here's why. I used to be a motherfucker, and I'm personally offended. Just because you fuck a couple mothers don't mean we need to be calling them that.
So we need to call them bitches, Tony, because that's your favorite word. Okay.
Wait.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
You know Tony gonna throw out the word bitch.
As a former motherfucker, I'm just personally offended putting them in the group that I used to be in.
Tony, you are right. I apologize.
Fucked a few mothers myself. I ain't gonna lie.
I gotta apologize to everyone.
I apologize.
Because we have had mothers that we have banged. They're virgins.
To all the baby mamas that I
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future
that were my kids and the ones that didn't have my kids. I apologize.
Be glad you didn't have my kid.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future
I dated a chick that had 9 kids and none of them were mine.
God damn.
That's called motherfucking.
Damn, you were an ultimate motherfucker.
Yes.
Didn't they make a movie about that called
Octomom?
Yeah.
No, that's a TV show, brother.
Thank you for joining us on FTW
Wait a minute.
Future
They called it
Focus.
Octomom when he pulled the pants down. Was it Octopussy?
That's a James Bond movie, brother. That's a James Bond movie.
That's a James Bond movie. I could have sworn I seen Octopussy on Pornhub.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh my God. Well, at least we're moving to the other end, okay? Last week was anal. This is the other direction.
I'll move it to their other end.
You gonna make
joining us on
Rob's gonna lose his voice, Tony. Leave that man alone, man. He's starting to change color. You know when Rob changes colors, it's too much. He's changing colors.
Oh man! Wow.
Oh.
Roger Moore, Octopussy.
I thought it was Gina Jameson, Octopussy.
Well, at least it wasn't Sean Connery, Octopussy. Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
All right, let's get on to it. We got you tapped out moment.
Me?
Chris, go ahead.
No, Chris, go ahead.
My you tapped out moment is inspired by Marcus. It's Tony Khan booking. You could call that 4-way match for the pillars a mile away. All they had to do was make it Darby Allin versus MJF, and they fucked it up. And this is the reason why they fucked it up. I just don't buy Jack Boy. I don't buy him. I don't know why. I like what's old boy's name?
Sammy Darby.
I like Sammy, but the most protected move in wrestling. I'm only gonna say this one time because
Coffin
we
drop?
all see him kick the coffin. No, he did it to Samoa Joe once and pinned him. The coffin drop is the most protective move finisher in pro wrestling. And I watched a pay-per-view where somebody did an avalanche power bomb and a motherfucker kicked out, and it was two women. And I thought it was over. It was devastating. And she kicked out. This motherfucker does the coffin drop. The match is over. It's over. It's a wrap. And he weighs 150 pounds. I don't understand it, but he's the only guy that I believe in the match because he goes 100 miles an hour. But when we predicted this shit, this 4-way match for the title is going to be the worst title match in AEW history. It's a catastrophe written all over it because two guys are going to disappear and be hiding under the ring half the time. It should have been a one-on-one match between Darby Allin and MJF, and then you set up the match with Wardlow. That's if I was booking, that's what I would do. So that's my tap out moment of the week, was that match.
Rob, go ahead.
Okay, my tap out moment of the week happened on Rampage, the ultimate depletion. Just that whenever WWE does this stupid ass crap, I call it out and get angry about it, so I'm going to do the same for AEW. Going to the damn Hardy compound and having these goofy ass filmed no making sense pieces of crap.
Cinematic.
Cinematic matches is beyond stupid. And the fact that they had Matt's kids beat the ever-loving hell out of Stokely just was the cat litter icing on that cardboard casserole cake. It was just stupid beyond belief, and I have to call it out because I do whenever anybody does it, especially WWE, and I don't want AEW to do that. Bobby, I realize you want them to do storytelling, but I don't want them to do storytelling like that.
Yeah. But isn't Matt Hardy's oldest kid undefeated in Impact?
I don't care if Matt Hardy's oldest kid is undefeated in WWE.
He's got to be hooked first to be the best kid in wrestling for me.
Just no more cinematic matches. They suck.
I agree with I agree with you, Rob. I'm just joking around. I agree with
I disagree.
But that's
I disagree.
I don't like the cinematic shit.
Tony, go ahead.
My you tapped out moment. We're gonna stay with AEW.
Oh damn!
It happened on Dynamite. As soon as the music Judas started, out comes Chris Jericho. The crowd is singing along as they do every week. Why do the announcers week after week have to talk through the intro though? This one, it's one of those moments. It don't matter if you like Chris Jericho or not, but it's one of those things that it's a great moment for a lot of fans where they shut the fuck up and let us listen and enjoy the goddamn moment.
Why?
Back when it first started, they used to talk. The talker was like in amazement how the crowd is reacting to it. Now they're going along like the shit ain't even happening. They need to shut the hell up and let that moment go. Talking over shit like that is just stupid.
Well, that could be the producer's fault, not the commentators. They could be telling them to do that, but you have a point, Tony.
But no matter whose call it is, and to me, I think that's easier on you guys as commentators. If that's going on for 3-4 minutes, that's 3 or 4 minutes you don't have to entertain.
Yeah, you can lay out. You're right. Yeah.
Let the moment happen. When moments like that, and I'm just picking Chris Jericho, but no matter who it is coming out, if the crowd's reacting like that, let the crowd reaction be felt. Let us enjoy that moment. So that's my you tapped out moment.
What the fuck has got to be Chris Jericho? God, dog. Marcus.
Well, I had 3, and Chris took 2 of them, but I'm going to stick with the AEW theme here.
Damn!
And go to Rampage. AEW.
You watch Rampage too?
You watch it too? What?
AEW on Rampage had another battle royal, and
Yeah.
this one was for the sixth opportunity to wrestle House of Black, which came up with all these stupid ass rules. That was gonna be my fourth one, just in case, but to be a number one contender for the 6-man tag. And so this battle royal, all 3 members of the team had to be eliminated for the team to be eliminated. How many damn times are they going to do this? I mean, it seems like it's every other week they're having this type of battle royal over and over and over. I mean, it's no wonder Rampage sucks so bad. I mean, I'm just like, AEW is just getting worse and worse and worse. And Rampage, it's almost not even watchable for me anymore. But that's my tap right there. Another battle royal to determine number one contender for a title.
The crazy thing is, are me and Bobby the only ones who didn't watch Rampage this week?
I didn't watch Rampage. I didn't know, bruh. I didn't know y'all was watching it.
Fuck Rampage.
I watched Impact, and y'all watched Impact.
There's a lot of fast forward on my part.
Fuck a Rampage.
An hour show, like Mark can do an hour show in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me go. But let me say this first. Fuck a Rampage. My tapped out moment. He took the Chris Jericho one because I did agree with Tony on the Chris Jericho thing. Even though I can't stand the fucking song, let the motherfuckers have fun on that shit. I agree with Tony on that 100%. My tapped out moment got to go to WWE.
Oh, you ruined the theme.
I know, but I was disappointed. Backlash, whoever booked that shit, Big Man, Big Burgers, I don't know who the big was, but they need
Gomez.
to Mickey. Yeah, Gomez Adams came out in that shit. The arrangement of the matches was terrible. I'm sorry. Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar should have been second to the last match. And they should have had literally.
Oh my God.
I didn't know we could talk about Backlash. I thought we was saving it.
We are, but it's a tap out moment. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
They should have put that as the last match. Terrible arrangement. Whoever did need to be smacked. They need to be fired. They need to be flogged. They need to be bent over. Rhea Ripley have fun like she does with Dominic.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. We're back to last week.
It was sad.
It's only 20, Rob.
It was sad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That wasn't right. And
yeah.
I think it was disrespectful as hell, just to be honest with you. Now we're going to go to my moment of the week. And I'm going to go first on this one because I don't think nobody's going to pick mine.
Go ahead.
It's dealing with WWE.
Go ahead.
And the reason I picked this one is because I don't think she's ever going to get the chance to get it again. And that's Zelina Vega.
I picked it.
Oh.
What the?
Oh.
I thought I had to. Go ahead, brother.
Zelina Vega last night.
She deserved it. She deserves it.
Oh my God.
Man.
I cried. I literally cried.
I did too.
I said what was it, Friday, when she had that white outfit on?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, she don't look like a little girl no more. Oh, I like that. She should have wore that at the Puerto Rican show.
Yeah.
But I bet you she's going to come outside with a Puerto Rican flag or something on.
Yeah.
And sure enough, when she came out, she was draped in that Puerto Rican flag. And she made that Puerto Rican flag look good.
Yes, she did.
I wanted to turn Boricua.
That's a moment.
Oh, that was a moment.
Man.
And the way
I wish I was just a Puerto Rican at that moment.
And the way the crowd reacted to her, she got a standing ovation, and they would not stop. She was crying in the ring. I think Rhea Ripley was ready to cry in the ring, and she had
Yeah.
to, do some stupid stuff to keep herself.
That same character.
Ripley looked touched. Like it looked like her start to the match was roughed up because of it.
Yeah, it took everybody out of it because Zelina got the flowers that she deserved.
Yes.
I think this lesson, which ain't gonna happen, is the WWE, but I think this showing by Zelina Vega should have them take her more seriously. They should go ahead and understand that she is an international star product. She's not a superstar, but she is an international star product right now. And they need to treat her accordingly. Because all this bullshit that they're doing with her is wrong. This woman she need to work on her stuff. I will say that. But as far as what she is right now, she needs to be representing something. And if they're not gonna do it right by wrestling, they should give her a job like what's his name got? The black dude, Titus O'Neil. Well, he's going around being an ambassador.
Yeah.
She should be an ambassador for the Latino community.
No, they need to use her better in the ring.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
No.
If they don't want to do that, that's the next job for her.
Bobby, she's the most significant manager other than Paul Heyman, though, in the last 3 or 4 years.
The management shit, though.
I'm just saying, I'm being honest with you. Female manager, and she's a wrestler, that's pretty significant to me. She's doing double duty.
But look what they doing with her with it, though. If you're not going to do it right by that, let her go to something that you're going to do it
They
right.
took her dude away from her, though. What's boy's name that's married to Charlotte?
Andrade.
That was her bread and butter, was him.
Wait,
That was her bread and butter.
no,
she
was his bread and butter because he ain't been the same since they split him up.
Yeah,
I agree with you. When you get the chemistry, them two together it was nice.
This gonna sound crazy. It was like when they split up Alberto Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a question though. How many of you was picking that one?
I did. That was mine.
I had a similar. I had two.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna catch y'all off guard, and y'all was gonna be like, "What the fuck is Chris?" But because it caught me. It was emotional. Once you said that we could do Backlash, I was like, okay, then I can talk about what I really want to talk about.
Mine was just the reaction that she got that night. I thought the reaction was a really great moment.
And the outfit, shit.
But remember what I said though. WWE pandered to the Puerto Rican crowd.
Wait, Marcus,
that's what AEW needs to do when they go to the UK. Marcus. WWE had Bad Bunny. They had the Mexican wrestlers. They had the Puerto Rican wrestlers. They pandered to that crowd like a motherfucker, and it showed out.
My moment was from AEW, so none of you guys probably picked that.
Well, y'all know my moment, man.
I got a different moment now because Bobby hit it though. You hit it out the park, Bobby.
Oh, okay. I was thinking nobody was gonna pick that one.
No, I cried. I teared up.
I got two.
I teared up because she started crying in the ring. I started crying with her.
Yeah, that was touching. That was touching as hell.
I love her too, man. I can't believe that's Aleister Black's woman, man. I'm like, man.
I'm gonna say this right now, and I will
that
go on record.
That little Puerto Rican got some black in her.
Hold on, let me.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
I will go on record saying this.
She's a star.
Last night, I don't know what it was, but she did not look like a little girl to me. That was,
and she put on a good match.
That was a great woman.
Yeah,
with one of the best.
On an excellent match. She did
with one of the best.
Yes,
she put on a good match.
It was a clinic.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
Well, who's next up for tap moment?
Chris, you next.
I was gonna choose that, but I'm gonna go different now. I'm just gonna go with something silly I saw that I wonder why wrestlers never thought of this. When we all know Dominic and Ray got chemistry in the ring. When Dominic was doing Three Amigos and Ray caught his leg and pinned him, I was like, why didn't anybody ever think of that? Because it was smart. I thought it was the smartest thing I ever saw. And it ended the match without it being something stupid or brutal. And then after every match, Ray gets his ass whooped, of course. But I was just thinking, I said,
Chris,
that's the smartest.
Can I tell you
what?
something? That's
Go ahead.
It's an old school finish.
No, I know it is, but we haven't seen it in a while. And Three Amigos isn't an old school finish because not everybody does Three Amigos.
No, I'm talking about
only a few wrestlers do Three Amigos.
I thought the wrap up after the suplex.
Yeah, well, but he does three amigos is three suplexes in a row, and he spins his legs around like the
I know what the three amigos is. What I'm saying is the pin from the suplex.
I get it, but it was three amigos. That move, that's not a natural move you do after a suplex.
Most people don't interrupt the tribute, and he did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I thought that was a cool way to do a finish and interrupt it, because I've never seen it interrupted before. I said, okay, go ahead, Ray. I could watch Ray and his son wrestle every week instead of watching the bloodline wrestle Sammy and Kevin Owens every week. I'd rather watch Ray and Dominic wrestle every week, to be honest with you guys. That's how entertaining them two are.
Right on. Rob.
My moment is from
Fuck your
Dynamite.
AEW. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
Shit. Okay, my moment was from AEW and Joshi Apologist. I was really digging this week the return and teased heel turn of Hikaru Shida. When she came out and it looked like she was gonna join the Outcasts, and she didn't, turned on them and whipped their ass with the kendo stick. That was a clever little bit of storytelling. You thought she was going to use the spray can, and instead she turned back to the kendo stick and she beat the crap out of the Outcasts and joined Britt and Hayter. I thought that was a really fun moment. It was not only good storytelling on AEW's part, but it was a breath of fresh air for the women's division there. And I just really enjoy Hikaru Shida. So that was my moment.
I love Hikaru Shida.
She's
And
one of
she's
the
hot.
Josies that could go. Oh, man.
It's freaking hot, too.
Tony,
Yes.
go ahead. Tony, go ahead.
All right, my moment of the week, other than Zelina Vega's great reaction, is another reaction, the opposite reaction, the nuclear heat that Dominic gets.
Yeah.
They are booing that man worse than I've seen motherfuckers get booed. And the crazy part about it is, he's with Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is like a baby face in this faction. Like, Rhea had a mic, everybody's going crazy, everybody's going nuts, everybody love her. Then Dominic takes the mic before he say anything. Nobody, and they talk about, like, it don't matter what kind of reaction you get a reaction. Dominic's getting the best reaction in wrestling right now. There is nobody getting a pop or drawing heat like that kid right now, which is why he should be the first champion. Because even though he's young and may not be ready, you give him that title for like 4 to 5 weeks, have him drop the title to somebody else. Everybody would be ecstatic when he lose that title, and that champion won't be a little paper choking champion because everybody be happy that he beat Dominic. With the heat that kid is drawing, it is amazing. It is amazing.
Aren't you glad they didn't split him up too, Tony?
Yeah, I am. I definitely am, though, but I'm impressed with the heat, and I love like how they're playing on it too. They're working it real good though. So Dominic Mysterio is my moment of the week.
Marcus,
you know?
No. Well, my moment is obvious. My baby coming back looking like a small bottle of Hershey syrup, a scoop of ice cream. She could pour it all over me. Oh my God! But besides that, though, I mean, just the fact that the attention she's going to bring to one of the better, arguably the best women's division in wrestling, that's a big thing for AEW. I mean, and there's no secret that everybody knows how I feel about women's wrestling. But damn it, I'm gonna watch my baby Trinity and I mean Jordan, and they got some good women. I'm gonna lie. Steels, Grace, Perazo, you know, those women are good. So this actually will make me start watching Impact more. And I won't
kill you.
And I probably won't even be fast forwarding past the women's matches now. So
so
that's gonna be the reason you're tuning in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right on. We're gonna skip by ourselves. We'll do that next week.
Okay.
Um, we're gonna go into the backlash predictions, or not predictions, but
Reviews.
results.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick it off, and we're gonna talk about the first match of the night, which was. Oh yeah, I lost track. God dog it! I forgot to write down the order of the matches. We know the first match.
The first match was
was
Io
Bianca.
versus Bianca.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to say this, and Tony can back me up on this. Io made me say, I'm sorry. I didn't know there were Yoshis like you out there. You made me smile. You did well.
Wait, Rob. Io is Io, not Rio. Rio, stop.
No, not Rio. Io. My God. What a reception that she got.
Yeah.
Everybody in Puerto Rico seemed like they knew who she was. Bianca was getting booed.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that happen? I'm sorry. Io Sky proclaimed last night. This was my match of the night. They started it off, and I'm sorry, they put it at a high bar where nobody could catch up. This was Hines, straight Hines. It was the most beautiful match that I've seen. And I got to give it to Bianca Belair to hang in there and do what she did with that. But Io Sky, man, a superstar was born. She was a goddess last night. That woman is the queen of the sky. And she is the future of the WWE Women's Championship. Period. I don't care what brand she's on. She's going to get it. I gave this match a 5. Straight up.
Yeah.
No shorts. Chris.
Bobby wasn't familiar with her, but I'm gonna talk to Robert and Tony because we watched Lucha Underground. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think she wrestled in AAA for a short period of time, and I think she was in Stardom for a short period of time. She's been around the world. And when I mentioned in the chat and nobody responded, when she was in NXT, she's one of the best NXT Women's World Champions because she had the kendo stick too, and she was whooping when she was winning, and she was beating Candice LeRae and Shayna Baszler. That's who she was fighting when she was winning her titles, and jumping off of cages and doing that perfect moonsault off of the top of cages. Okay, 20 feet in the air.
Games.
The best moonsault in wrestling history. I'm safe to say that I've seen 1,000 of them. That's the best moonsault in the history of wrestling. It looks beautiful every time she hits it. She nails it just right. She does it safely, but you could see the impact. When she hit that one outside the ring, you heard her when she hit Bianca. Bah! And she, bam, feet, like you just heard the impact. And I was just like, oh shit. She's got the martial arts moves. She can do the strong style. She ain't even doing her submission style yet. They haven't even seen everything she can do. When she was in Lucha Underground, and Tony can attest for this, she was unstoppable. She was fighting the men. And look how small her stature is. She was wrestling Penta. Okay. And Penta is like power bombing and power driving women and doing all kind of crazy stuff.
You know, with Penta and no holds barred.
She's one of the best Joshis in the world, if not the best Joshi in the world. If they give her a shot, I get it with WWE with stature. Charlotte Flair, Bianca, and Ripley. Those are tall, and then you got Raquel coming around the corner. She's going to be a world champion eventually. But if you want somebody that can, and you just saw in her small stature, she can go with a bigger star. the chemistry that her and Bianca had when they were on the top rope, and it didn't look like they were like, okay, you hold me here and you get me here. It looked seamless. That power bomb off the top rope, that avalanche power bomb that Bianca did was that should have been the finisher of the match to me. You do that kind of move, you finish somebody. But for her to kick out of that move, spectacular. My match of the night, I gave it a 5. The women are back, but like I said, WWS women's division is top heavy. I knew Io was going to get a chance to shine in Damage Control and show that she was the best wrestler in Damage Control eventually, and she showed it last night. 5. And Bianca, 5. That's her best match in the last year and a half. She showed out. Yeah. Bianca was spectacular.
Yeah. Rob.
I agree with both of you guys. I'm giving this match a 4, not a 5, but the only reason I'm doing that is not because of Bianca or because of Io. It's because the crowd's reaction to this match was so weird that it kind of threw a few things off. And I'm not saying that because I think that Io doesn't deserve to be cheered or that Bianca was doing something weird to draw heat, but it was because there was such a weird vibe the whole night with the audience going on that they were cheering for certain things and booing certain others that it didn't quite jive with what they were trying to accomplish with the match itself. And it hurt this match, but not enough to not make it great. Especially when you consider that Bianca was not only working with heel heat during the match, but that her ponytail was falling apart during the entire match.
Yeah, it looked cute though when it was falling apart. I was like, that kind of looks sexy.
And she managed it well though. She basically, they still used it to full effect during the entire match. I mean, Io used it, Bayley used it, which factored into the end of the match. But both of those ladies did a fantastic job, and that was my match of the night as well. Io Shirai, the Juicy Judas, is just an unbelievable performer.
She's a Juicy Judas?
No, the Joshi Judas is what they called her.
He said juicy though. He was telling you what he was really thinking. She is juicy, Rob.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Rob, I want to get a taste of that juiciness.
Edition.
I want to taste that juiciness, Rob.
Thank you for joining us.
Rob got freaky for a minute, didn't he?
No, this is why I'm a Joshi apologist, because ladies like Io Shirai, like Asuka, like Kairi Sane, and I know you guys hate Riho, but
no,
Rob, we don't hate Rio. She's 20 pounds, Rob. It's unbelievable.
I know that, but set that aside. The Japanese ladies kick ass.
Yeah, they do.
Io proved it last night.
Now, question, Rob, was that a juicy ass?
That kicked ass.
Yes. And I'll ding myself. Thank you for joining us on FTW.
We need an Oscar Io Sky program.
Yes.
We do.
Yes, we do. Most definitely.
I need a 3-way with them too.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Yes, Tony's son. Yes, Tony's son.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
They make you happy long time.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, they have.
Okay.
Hey, Bobby, I want them to the Honda me.
You want happy ending, Tony's son?
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
346 come out June 2nd.
That won't be the only thing coming June 2nd.
Thank you for joining us on FTW
Perfect
Future
layup.
Focus.
Perfect
Make it
layup.
stop! Make it stop! Jesus.
I threw that alley-oop and you dunked it, baby. Yes.
Oh God. Oh. 4 stars. 4 stars. Moving on. Tony, your
That was a
review.
low score, Rob. That was a low score.
Hey,
It was
Rob.
because of the audience, nothing else.
Rob, Tony's about to give her the 5th star. I'm telling you right now.
I'm gonna give her the 5th star. All right.
Oh.
All right.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
this match was really, really good. This crowd was what we missed the night after WrestleMania. To be 1,000% honest with you, like the way that crowd was. That's what we used to having the night after WrestleMania on Raw. And I thought these two performed incredibly well with the crowd flip, because this match kind of reminded me of when we was out All Out watching Keith Lee and Swerve versus the Acclaim, how the crowd flipped on that. And I gotta give, I mean, as great as EO was, and EO was a phenomenal talent, I gotta give Bianca credit because she wrestled a good match.
Oh hell
and
yes,
she did,
hell yes.
But Bianca can play heel. Like Bianca was a heel her entire time in NXT, so it ain't like she can't wrestle heel. But Bianca wrestled to the crowd, but not doing heel shit. And I think that's very talented, to be honest with you, to actually work the crowd and work with what they're doing, but staying true to your character and not doing heel stuff like she could do it all. So I actually gave her a lot of credit for how she performed with that. I'll be honest with you, I watched this match twice. I watched it again today, and I actually enjoyed it more today, though. Even the Bayley part, interfering, was good, to be honest with you. It fit in with the finish of the match. It has Bianca win, but keeps EO looking strong. And that ponytail, I call that's the just been fucked ponytail look that she had going.
Yeah.
And see, that was another reason why I didn't give it 5, because of the damage control interference.
That made it look real, though.
It did.
I like it.
And it fits with the storyline. I mean, because honestly, yesterday I gave it a 4.5. When I watched it yesterday, I gave it a 4.5. I watched it again today and actually had to bump it up to a 5. I was kind of hoping that we get a split, but I'll be honest with you, and Cooper texted us to me, and I agree with him. They need to keep Bayley with EO. Dakota, you can let her go. But as great as EO is in the ring, Bayley can be that mouthpiece for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be a good role for Bayley.
Dakota's a good worker. She takes the bumps. She does.
She's a good worker, but
she's a bump taker.
But I think she kind of get lost in the shuffle with damage control. And that shit on Bayley a lot, and I really do. But both women got the best asses in the group. Like, her ass is too flat to be with them too.
Yeah.
First of all, first and foremost, her ass is too flat to be with them.
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
EO's got the best wrestler in the group. She put on the best matches. But Bayley is the most entertaining of the three, though. But I think Dakota has kind of get lost in the shuffle with EO and Bayley, though. But I give this match a 5.
You must have an ass to match this faction.
You got to have an ass in this faction. Yeah.
But question,
you got to have that bump taker. Dakota's the best bump taker out of the 3.
But she got no bump.
Tony, is this your match of the night?
Oh, match of the night for sure. 5.
Cool. Marcus, go ahead.
Okay, I'm giving this match 4.5.
That's pretty good for him.
I was surprised.
This was my match of the night as well.
What?
I thought the ring psychology of this match was excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, Bianca sold that arm being hurt all night. I mean, I thought that one arm press slam was pretty impressive. I know she's done it before, but I had to take off because it looked like she fucked EO's face up when she hit back. So I had to take off. I had to take off for that a little bit.
Marcus.
But to me, and I'm with Tony. I remember her wrestling Penta and Lucha Underground, and EO is fantastic. But I thought this was her best match.
I said that
as well. I thought this EO, and it's so funny that I say it's her best match because we all had a little back and forth in the group about who was better, Bayley and EO. And I still stick with Bayley on that still for the record. but Io really impressed me last night. I mean, her mat wrestling was the best I've seen of that, and oh my God! And I was gonna do 4.25, but seeing Bailey crawl in the ring
with those
oh my,
pants.
that ass and that cleavage shot. Oh my God, Bailey was looking.
Wait,
Oh my
what about Io Sky tribute to Melina when she was in that corner with her? With
Oh my God!
split?
Oh man, damn it, Tony beat me to it again. But God damn it, but
Oh,
man, let me tell you, I can.
Man.
Matter of fact, I don't want to hold up too much time talking about this shit. But
The women were looking good last night in WWE. I ain't gonna lie.
Marcus.
four
Now let me
four
go
and a
ahead and correct something real quick. I want to tell you something, and maybe it'll change your score. That one arm press part,
yeah.
that was not Bianca's fault at all.
You know what? I was going to ask you who's more responsible, except for Bianca for
That was
getting over,
Io's.
or Io getting herself over.
It was Io's. I'll explain why when we get off the air.
Okay.
But no matter whose fault it was, though, I mean, it was still a botch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but a botch can't take 0.5 off.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris. 4.75.
There you go. Because it makes it look real. Like you got to think about it. They were fighting. It made it look real to me. Like I was going. These women are intense, and they was going at it.
And one thing I will say though, because immediately Bobby pointed, because we watched it the first time together, he immediately pointed out that was Io's fault. But they kept rolling though. Like they went all like shit.
Think about all the times we've complained about women's matches, and we watched this match, and you were actually like stuck in your seat, like, oh shit, oh.
Yeah, she took it like a champ.
It was. That was a men's match, and it was the first match of the night. I couldn't believe it. I thought the pay-per-view was going to be great because of this match. I didn't know. I didn't know.
You know what? You guys,
I didn't know, y'all.
They set the bar high. Set the bar high with this one.
This was a WrestleMania match. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
You all changed my mind. 4.75.
Okay.
This could have been a WrestleMania match.
Easily.
Next matchup. Do we really need to talk about this?
No.
Well, maybe, because I have something interesting to say, and I'd like to go first on this one.
Go ahead, Rob.
Me too.
You could be the only one to say something because I ain't got nothing.
No, Marcus too.
Me too.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So,
okay. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay. This is Almost versus Seth Rollins, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I gave this a 3.
Wow.
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
about
Okay. Now the reason I am is number one. This is the match that Almost should have had at WrestleMania. This was the match that Seth Rollins should have had at WrestleMania, and it was a hell of a lot better than it had any conceivable reason to be.
What?
Okay? Almost was sloppy as hell and was plotting throughout the entire match, but Seth Rollins sold for him like a thoroughbred, like a champion.
Oh, now I'm talking.
He turned that match from dog shit to donuts. And it was watchable. The match at WrestleMania between Almost and Lesnar was unwatchable. It was terrible. It was nothing. This, I don't know what kind of ability to call matches that Seth Rollins has, but he deserves to be a champion after dragging Almost across the finish line.
He's the best wrestler on the roster, Rob.
Well, he proved that last night because
he didn't. He got
a 3-star match out of Almost, which shocked the hell out of me. So, 3 stars for me, but that's all Seth. Almost still sucks, in my opinion, but he looked better in that match than he did at WrestleMania, and it's all Seth. So 3 for me.
Rob basically said most of what I wanted to say, except I could only give it 2.5, simply because I think the match told a good story, in that it was the story of little guy chopping down giant, and this was the match where almost actually was presented like a giant, the way he should have been for a long time, and that Seth just kept chopping and chopping and chopping. And I like the curb stop. Was it I think it was the middle rope that actually got him. That's a good, respectable way for him to lose. If they hadn't fucked up his booking by losing to Strowman and all of them first. They even though we all know almost can't wrestle worth a damn, they could have presented him a lot better and gotten more use out of him than I think he's a product of poor booking, that even with his limited ability, he could have got more. So I think this was his best match. I think even in the loss, this is the best he's looked so far. So that's why I gave him a 2.5.
Can I go? Please
turn?
let me go.
What? Marcus, took my turn.
All right. Go, Tony.
And I agree with both of them, to be honest with you. I thought this one almost as better matches. I didn't really think he was garbage in this match. One moment, and I'm surprised that Bobby really hates this match, because one thing that Bobby called before the match started, the crowd, and Seth got his eyes closed and enjoying it, and then bam! That kicked off the match
beautiful.
perfect.
That was beautiful.
There was.
It did get heat. Lots of it.
It almost is not a technical. You're not getting like a great wrestler out of Omos. He's a big man. He is an Andre the Giant. Like
no.
I meant, Andre the Giant was not a great wrestler. Now come on.
Okay, I'll wait till my turn.
But he has improved. I agree with Marcus. This is probably Omos' best match. From what we've seen, Omos is getting better. I like all the curse stops. I like what they did with them. Omos is the first person to like brace himself to avoid the curse stop. Like we never see anybody not get hit with the curse stop like that when stuff hit it.
Lesnar did it before.
Lashley did it.
Damn, I didn't remember that. Yeah. And I do like the middle rope. I didn't really remember them doing it, but okay. I thought it was a decent match. I thought I agree with Rob as far as like Seth freaking Rollins is the best wrestler on the roster. If you're not going to give the title to Dominic, Seth freaking Rollins should be your first champion.
I said that, not Rob.
No, Rob was talking about what a great worker he was in this match.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best workers in the business right now.
Yes, he is.
I give the match 2.5. It's all the good stuff that I could not give it more than 2.5 though, because even though Omos improved and as great as Seth Rollins was, the match was what it was. I thought they did most with it that they could. I thought they worked the fans pretty well too. Granted, the fans didn't really give a fuck what happened because they were just going to sit there and sing Seth's song, whether he win and lose or whatever. But I give it 2.5.
Chris, have it.
I gave it a 0. And I'm going to tell you why.
Oh.
I heard Andre the Giant. I'm going to bring up Big Show. I'm going to bring up Braun Strowman. I'm going to bring up Kevin Nash. One of y'all tell me the last time he won a match on a pay-per-view. I'll wait.
Wait.
Hold on, come out. I'll wait. Why is he still on the no? Why do they keep putting him on pay-per-views? This guy hasn't won a match on a pay-per-view. Why is he on there?
Because he's tall.
No, what?
Yes.
What?
That is the only reason.
I haven't been entertained. Now he lost to a little dude. He done lost to Lashley, Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and now you're going to tell me, hold on. A guy that he outweighs by 300 pounds and by 10 inches, he lost to that guy. So he can't even beat a little dude. So I don't even know why he's on a pay-per-view. And I'm not going to believe a big giant guy is going to get curb stomped. I'm sorry. The curb stomp's one of those moves that I've never believed in. I didn't believe it when Brock Lesnar was getting curb stomped. You have to stand there and prop your head up and get curb stomped. It was cool when he didn't get curb stomped the first time and he propped himself up. But I'm not gonna. It's unbelievable to me when he choke slammed Seth Rollins. I thought the match was over. I go, oh man, almost got his first win on the pay-per-view, and Seth Rollins kicked out. I don't get it. You got too many guys on the roster that aren't on these pay-per-views. Where's Montez Ford? Where's your guy? Chad Gable. Where's all these guys? Where's Karrion Kross? Where's McIntyre? Where's Sheamus? Why is Almost getting all this just to lose? If you tell me he got on there and won and done some spectacular giant shit, because you said Andre the Giant. Guess what Andre the Giant did? He was undefeated for 10 years. He didn't need a title. Not only did Andre the Giant was undefeated, he put over arguably one of the greatest wrestlers, greatest runs. He put over WrestleMania. He put over Hulkamania at WrestleMania 3. By him body slamming Andre the Giant, that started Hulkamania and set Hulk Hogan into the stratosphere. You're not going to body slam Almost, and you call him Almost. I call him Almost. He almost won again. That's what I call him. So I gave it a 0 because he almost won again. And now guess what? He lost to Seth Rollins. Guess what? Let's put him against Bad Bunny in the next match, and I bet you he'll lose that match. Let's put him against Logan. He's going to lose that match. Let's put him against The Miz. I bet you he'll lose that match.
Tony, what score did you give this one?
2.5.
I gave it a 0.
Let me go
Okay. To be fair, Almost makes Andre the Giant look like Luthez.
No, Andre was 7'4", and Andre was 500 pounds. He doesn't.
Right.
Andre the Giant still looks bigger than all.
No. I mean skill-wise.
Okay, fellas, let me get in here.
Yeah, Andre was doing drop kicks back in the day.
Go ahead, Bobby.
I'm trying to figure out what Chris was watching.
I watched him almost win.
Almost vastly improved.
Yeah,
when he first got in there. He's not in charge of him losing or winning. He's in charge of doing his job and doing what he's supposed to do. Almost did very well from where he first started. I can't knock that. You can't take that away from the man. The man's been training. He's been training his ass off. And last night showed when he first got in WWE, he wouldn't even be able to hang in a match that long with Seth Rollins. And this man worked his giant gimmick to not only tell a story effectively well, but to perform the moves effectively well. It looked like simple stuff to us when he's taking these moves. With him being so tall, it's actually more difficult for him to do. I give almost all the credit for what he pulled off. Everybody would talk about Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins didn't do nothing but go through the motions of what he did. Almost showed improvement. Almost sold, which a lot of big men don't do nowadays, like Brock Lesnar. I mean, this man stepped up. He deserves his flowers too. He showed out last night. Can he be better? Hell yeah, he can be better. I agree. But from where he started and to where he's now, there's nothing but progression. Especially with that blast at the beginning of the match when he was waiting, doing that singing. That was the perfect setup. And yeah, I called that way. I was like, dude, he needs to just blast him. Sure enough, pow! That boy went through the uprights and the west side of Soldier Field. Almost did well. I can't knock his hustle, man. I don't give him a 2.5 because he does need improvement, but I think he deserves way more than a 0.
I think I misunderstood what we were doing. I wasn't judging talent because that's what you described talent. He got better. I described what I liked about the match. It was a 0 to me. It was the believability. I've always been straight with you guys about believability. I thought the match was over with the choke slam. Had he won the match with the choke slam, I would have gave that match a 3. once he didn't win that match with a choke slam and lost again, I started going, well, what are we doing here? Why are we here? Seth Rollins didn't need that match, and there was no storytelling to the match. Two things that I love about wrestling.
No, I agree.
That's why I gave it a 0, because this didn't do nothing for me. I didn't give it to him on his talent. Almost has improved. I agree with all of you guys. So I wasn't taking away from his talent.
But
I was going on what I felt about the match. It was a 0 to me.
But I was talking about his talent. You was talking about booking.
No, that's what I'm saying. You guys are talking about talent. I thought we were talking about matches. What we feel about the matches.
In the ring.
Right,
like if we talk about talent all day, I would give Bianca a 5 every time I watch one of her matches.
No, but the talent comes out in the match.
That's not how I score. I scored on, was I bored as fuck? And that was the worst match of the night to me.
I just realized that I am the person who rated this match of all matches the highest out of the whole panel.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I didn't rate it on talent. I think he definitely improved. I saw that. I did see that.
When we say rate on talent, I'm talking about like what they did in the ring, their in-ring ability, what we saw.
That's not how. Yeah, I don't rate I've never rated like that. I rated on what happened, and it was a 0 to me. Like I was like, damn, he lost again. Why do we?
But we okay, what he do overall? Like
there's other wrestlers that they need to give a chance that's on the roster. Why do you keep bringing a guy on that's going to be your new giant to lose? A giant has to win eventually to make him a giant. To make him dominant, right? Am I right or wrong, guys?
Him a 0 because they didn't book somebody else in the match.
No, that's not why I did.
Now, Chris, you're entitled.
I gave him when he went against Brock Lesnar. I gave him a 2.25.
Chris, you are entitled to rate a match whatever you want for whatever reason, but I want you to remember that later on.
I thought the Lesnar match was better.
Let me go to the next one.
Okay.
U.S. title match: Theory, Lashley, and Bronson Reed. Mine's gonna be real quick. It was alright. It wasn't nothing special. Right down the middle, 2.5. Tony.
2.5, nothing special. I'll be honest with you, I was more into like Omar said self in this match. It was very predictable.
Yeah.
I was like, they bored me out there. It was too predictable. We knew also if they was going to win. You knew Bronson Reed was plugged in there to take the pin, and this match did not move me at all. So 2.5 though.
Marcus.
Predictable heel ending. I gave it a 2.
Chris.
I gave it a 2. Didn't we see this on Raw already? And it had the same outcome. There were a couple of miscues, but I think the ref was in the wrong spot, and it made it look weird. But I think Austin Theory is bigger than the U.S. title now, so I'm ready to see him drop that title and let him go on to bigger things.
Right.
2.75. Bronson Reed out of the 3 showed out more than what.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And no, in the end, the draft ruined this match because we all know that Lashley and Theory are going to SmackDown, and that the IC title is going to Raw, and that they're switching it up. So we knew what was going to happen when this first started, and Bronson Reed and Austin Theory were the only guys that were really trying, because Lashley was just basically there, and his next target is Roman, so nobody really cared. And this match had the same problem that all scramble matches have, so I gave it 2.75.
And Rob, once again, you have the highest score of the match.
Bronson Reed versus Gunther. I didn't think about that.
Oh, that would be good. I just hope they don't.
Wonga.
I just hope they don't shit on Bronson Reed though. I'm feeling like they are going to.
Well, it's going to be hard for them to because he has a dynamic personality and he can move like a cat. So
yeah, but he's
I
jobbing.
like him.
But he's been jobbing.
I know they could screw him over like they did Samoa Joe, but if they do, then they're stupid.
They're stupid.
Flat out stupid as hell. Yeah.
Robert, you forgetting one thing. Vince don't like fat guys, so
No, they don't like Samoans that aren't part of the Inoki family either.
Vince looks like Gomez Adams, so he can.
I'm saying
If he was part of the Rock's family, he'd be a superstar.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Bobby?
Mm-hmm.
Did you give your rating?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably went low. It was an all right match, but I saw it on Raw already.
yeah, it was nothing special.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah,
It
was okay.
it was okay, but it was just there.
They need Randy Orton to come back to work with Austin Theory. That's going to be when Austin Theory becomes a star.
Man.
When they get Orton or AJ
Yeah.
Styles to work with Theory,
Yeah.
that's what they need.
Yeah.
Austin Theory needs
Yeah.
Styles or Orton to work with him.
Yeah.
After Io and Bianca having a match like that was just low key.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of took everything out of the crowd. I was thinking about switching up matches, but we're just gonna go on.
What was your rating for that match, Bobby? Oh yeah, you already said 2.5. Yeah, let's move on.
Rhea versus Zelina Vega.
Ooh.
I already stated my
Man.
thoughts on it. Zelina hung in there, did well. Rhea, she's just became champion. She's too powerful. I don't think nobody's surprised by the results of the match. But the crowd reaction to Zelina, I knew she was going to get a reaction, but not like that.
Can I go next? I go get a beer.
Okay.
What's your rating now?
So, yeah, I'm going to give it a 3 on that one because Zelina.
All right.
Get your beer.
I'm going to give this match a 4. It was one of the better matches of the night. In my opinion, the both women matches were both standout matches. But in my opinion, this match was a standout for a different reason than Bianca and Io. The crowd.
Yes.
The crowd in this match added to this. I think it was Zelina Vega's best performance as a wrestler in WWE. And I thought Rhea Ripley did a phenomenal job in this match. Mm-hmm. But when you feed off the crowd, like if I was watching this match in mute and they hear nothing, I probably would have gave it a 2.5.
Yep.
But the energy of the crowd also added to this match, though. So I got to give it a 4 because I thought they were phenomenal. I really wish, and I love the fact that Zelina got her flowers, and I love the fact that like they cheered the fuck out of her at the Rhea just beat her in basically a so-so match. To be honest with you, but they should have booed the fuck out of her losing. They should have booed the fuck out of it because Zelina Vega is a talent that need to be pushed, and with the way Goldman Adams think is he gave them what they wanted, which was not giving her the win. And he needs to realize, like, no, give her a chance. Give her a chance. She showed what she could do. Give her a chance. Chris, next.
Well, I'll go.
Mark is next.
I give the match a 3, and I never thought I would say on a pay-per-view that the women's matches were the best 2 matches of the night. I never thought I would say that, but now I agree with Tony. The actual performance of the match was really about a 2.5, really. But god damn it, I got to give extra points to how good Zelina Vega looked in that outfit. Oh my goodness, and for the way the crowd was. And I gotta give extra point. You know what? As I'm talking, make it 3.25 because Rhea Ripley sold her ass off. I mean, the way she sells is incredible.
Yes.
I mean,
She got a unique style to it too. She sell her own way.
To look so menacing as a, I mean, she sells. I mean, Ripley. I mean, I'm really impressed with how she worked last night, and I've always thought Zelina was a good wrestler, but to say the match itself was only so. But for all the other things involved with it, I'm gonna give it 3.25.
One thing I will say that I forgot to mention this on my turn because I hurried to get my beer.
Go ahead.
Zelina Vega, god damn, I never married the same race twice, and I never had a Puerto Rican. Oh
Man,
I need to be in some Puerto Rican right now.
man.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh, dear God.
You know you want to be some Puerto Rican too, Rob. I know you're a Josie apologist, but Jesus Christ.
I know the food's fire. You know she gonna the food is fire.
Rob, listen. I don't care what you say. It is not beyond one point.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll go next. WrestleMania, I thought the two best matches were the two women's matches. You know, this was another case where they showed out. I think we're just surprised because Zelina Vega is not a name that we put up in the top tier. But, you know, Rhea Ripley is showing why they put the machine behind her. She sold at the Royal Rumble. Remember, she was number one in.
Yeah.
Tony won. But she sold 30 times for 30 different. She took everybody's finisher. She took an ass whooping.
Chris, everybody said I'm gonna go to 30 people to win this. She did.
There's three women that I like I said, I put Dakota Kai, I put my boo, Liv Morgan, but I'm gonna say this. Rhea Ripley's the best in the business at selling. I just have to say it. Her match with Charlotte Flair, she sold her ass off, and then she did it for Zelina, especially in that environment. That was a hostile environment. This was like a boxing match. You know, when like two boxers, a Mexican and a Puerto Rican, if you go fight in Puerto Rico, they're going to go for the Puerto Rican boxer. That's what this was. They were going for Zelina Vega, and they made her into a megastar. And I hope WWE sees you don't have to always have some short little blonde chick to be a baby face. You can use this little Puerto Rican cute chick and make her a baby face and see what you can do with her, because she put on a show. She performed. She did there. I don't even think has anybody mentioned any miscues or any. I didn't see any in that match. Yeah, everybody was where they were supposed to be. The finish was cool. Both of them sold. We can all say that move off the top rope. Just everything Rhea did. And then when you have a bigger opponent versus smaller, the David and Goliath thing always works in wrestling. It's the perfect thing for wrestling. It's Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. I'm always going to go back to that. David and Goliath. If you have the two people that have perfect chemistry, you can sell a match and make money. And that's what I saw last night. I gave it a 4.25. It was my second favorite match, but the opening of that match was my favorite moment of the whole night. I ain't gonna lie to you. It almost made it my favorite. I've seen it 3 times already, and I cried. I teared up twice. And just seeing every time somebody gives credit to Eddie Guerrero always makes me happy. But even seeing the Latino community come out, the LWO and Rey Mysterio, I mean, just seeing everybody come out and show love for her, that's wrestling to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what wrestling's all about. So that looked like an ECW crowd moment too to me. Remember when Eddie Guerrero would lose a match and they would cheer him after he lost the match? That's what it reminded me of, ECW.
One thing I want to add that I loved about Zelina Vega's performance in this, I've heard a lot.
And she's cute as fuck.
Everybody questioned why the hell is Zelina Vega getting a title shot. I can't say everybody. There was a lot of people questioning why she got a title shot. Why is she facing Rhea Ripley? Why her? Why her? Why her? She fucking answered that shit.
And also, and I love the fact that Rhea gave her moment. Even
Yes.
with she
Oh,
immediately
got out the ring and left.
yeah,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
immediately got out the ring and gave her moment, even though
Yes.
she lost.
That was a class act.
Yeah.
Class act.
They did that in Canada for Sami Zayn. WWF does get that part right.
Yeah.
Honestly, they did it in at Clash at the Castle after Roman beat
Yep.
on Drew.
Yep.
Yeah.
AEW, pay
Okay,
attention.
I'm going to try to split the hairs here. I'm going to give this a 3 because it was basically, to me, all of you guys made some really great points. The crowd, the audience pumped this up to a different level than what it otherwise would have been anywhere else. Selena Vega getting her props was a touching moment, and WWE usually does those right. You got to give it to them as far as like making a hometown favorite into a superhero in those instances, especially in a place like Puerto Rico. You know, that was fine. The match itself, Selena needed to be nursed into it by Rhea, and Rhea sold for her as much as she possibly could, and that gave the match everything that it needed to be. So yeah, I wouldn't go as far as to say, because EO versus Bianca just couldn't be matched, and that was my measuring stick for this match. And
They couldn't. No.
yeah, and Selena is not as good as EO, and Rhea is on a level with Bianca and EO, so it wasn't quite there, but the crowd boosted it to that level, or they were trying to. So I will give it a solid 3.
Those two
Okay.
women's matches, in my opinion, Bianca and Io was like Savage Steamboat, and this was more like Rock Hogan, because they were great for different reasons.
That's fair enough.
Because Rock Hogan
Bobby, did Bobby give his on this one?
Not yet.
Okay.
I love this match. Crowd was into it. Both girls worked hard. It made me want to tear up, seriously.
Yeah.
Because that was a touching match.
Bobby wanted Zelina to win.
Yeah.
I did too.
wanted her to win. And it sucks that she couldn't win, but I really think they could have gave her the belt for a week and let Rhea win it back next week.
Yeah.
I think that's what they should have did, but of course, nah. So, man, I'll give it a 3. All right, next match: Bloodline versus Zayn, Owens, and Riddle. Again, let me go first because mine is quick. Who gave a fuck? This was stupid. They can kiss my ass. I'll give it a 1.
Can I go next?
Yeah.
Sure.
Phil,
2.
keep moving.
I was bored as hell too.
See,
Oh, so everybody felt that way.
not yet.
Y'all got the whole world.
Go ahead, Rob. I'll go last.
All right. Honestly, I gave it a 3
Boo.
because
What did you say?
Rob's
No,
on some
no,
other
no.
shit today.
I gave the match a 3 because A, it was covering for the main event. We'll get there in a minute.
I had gas.
2, that's about as good of that's the only resolution to this storyline that we're gonna get, because after this they're gonna make us try to forget all about Zayn and Owens.
Already forgot about him.
Riddle I didn't give a damn about, but the bloodline, especially teasing their dissension, that was decent storytelling that they're going to drift over to SmackDown with. So
that gets it too.
the match was at least 20 minutes too long, but I don't think that was exactly their fault. But it did go forever. But so I will give it a 3 just on the basis of the Usos' performance because they held it together. So I'll give that a 3.
Mm.
All right. So y'all got mad when I gave almost a 0, and then y'all came in and just clowned main event stars and treated them like booty, and they were booty. What I did see in this match is Jey Uso is a superstar. I don't know what they need to do. They got to get this guy on his own and let him build some steam. He's like Shawn Michaels, where he's a tag team guy that I think could be something special. I really do. And I don't. What's weird is what's his name, Sikoa.
Yeah,
he's the one that's acting like the biggest star out of all of them. Out of all 6 of them guys, that guy is the newest guy is acting like the biggest star. This is the problem. It felt like a house show. How many times are we going to watch this match?
Mm-hmm.
How many times
are
we going
to?
Now that you done split the show up, we were seeing it on Raw, SmackDown. Raw, SmackDown, paper. We just saw him. Roman Reigns gave him an ultimatum. Y'all better win or else. They didn't win. What happened to the or else? Nothing happened. Now Sikoa's getting ready to hit Jey. Jay's getting ready to split from him again, which I hope he does because I want to see main event Jey go on his own.
That may be what they're going for, and I would like to see that match. Solo versus Jey.
I was hoping that they split them in the draft.
This is my fear because Vince McMahon's back, and there's 2 guys that are his guys, Austin Theory and the Bro. The Bro, he said the Bro's the next Shawn Michaels.
Bro.
Now, I'm a Shawn Michaels fan. I'm not the Bro fan. I got a fear about this world title belt that the Bro might end up with this belt some way, somehow. I just got a fear and end up on Raw. Because they're pushing the Bro again. The Bro just got inserted magically. This guy can smoke any drug he wants and end up in a main event. So I got a fear that what's going to happen.
I think
I gave it a 1.5. I gave it a 1.5.
I think Matt Riddle's going to be the next Carrot Top.
No, he's going to be the next champion.
They're going to push the fuck out of him. But real quick though, with Chris, because you're an HBK fan, I know some of you guys have watched it. Yeah. Fuck you, Bobby. I know some of you guys hate watching live chat. But we have somebody live chat. I hope she's still watching. Elizabeth. Thank you for all your comments in live chat. Her name is Elizabeth, in parentheses, HBK. She's from Puerto Rico, and she absolutely loved the Puerto Rican show, and she loved all the love they got out there. So I was going to give her a little shout out.
Boricua!
Oh, yeah.
Viva Raza, mamacita.
Hey, let me tell you this though. Fuck HBK, okay?
Boo!
Okay, did everybody rate that match?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
I was just thinking, but yeah, we're gonna go with Rhodes and Lesnar next. Whoever wants to go first, go ahead.
I'll
Let
take
Marcus
it.
go first.
Oh, but okay, let Marcus go first. Okay.
I mean, I gave this match a 2. I mean, to be honest with you, everything that happened after the Bad Bunny match was just I think that drained everything after that. I mean, for Lesnar to do a job, that was probably the best way to do it. You know, I was surprised that to me, Cody came out looking strong because they gonna give him credit for busting Brock open. Even though we all know that was unintentional, but he's gonna add that to his gimmick. Now that I was curious which way they're gonna go, so this keeps Cody hot in the main event picture. I think he's probably going to get that belt. So, I mean, there was nothing overly interesting or good about this match. I gave it a 2.
This is getting interesting. Brock.
I gave it a 2 as well. Lesnar, you can tell when Lesnar is going to job because he will slow the match down to where it's twice as long as the entrance. If he's going to win, he goes out there, does takes 2 or 3 suplexes, and then he goes home like a minute and a half shorter than the goddamn entrance. But yeah, the entrance time was 4 minutes 34 seconds, and the actual match time was 9 minutes 43 seconds. So we're talking about 5 minutes and 14 seconds that the match actually went over the entrance this time, so you could tell that Lesnar was jobbing.
Dollar Run Drive,
And
Run
he...
Then slight right to stay on Dollar Run Drive.
That ain't me.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
Where you heading?
I'm heading to hell because of this match. No, Lesnar, I don't know how much extra money they had to pay the son of a bitch to actually do the job, but everything I said that was going to happen in this match happened. Cody got the crap beat out of him. He had to cheat before the bell started, which made him look even weaker, and then he won with a roll-up on the Kimura. I called what was going to happen in this match. I don't think that Cody looked strong, and the fact that even when Lesnar got opened up, it was because the buckle got taken off, and he took his sweet ass time to ram his own damn head into it. That was how lazy Lesnar was being. So, no, this match was a total disappointment for me, and I called every second of it and knew exactly what was going to happen. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I thought Lesnar was just going to beat the ever-loving piss out of Cody, give him absolutely nothing, and then just basically lay down for him so he could pin him, just to be the shovel that he is. So 2 stars for this match.
I'll go next if y'all don't mind. To bring clarity to the situation. It did go how I thought it would go, but not how you guys are trying to make the story sound. Brock Lesnar did beat Cody up for a little bit. Brock Lesnar did cause himself to bleed. I actually was impressed that he did cause color on himself. Brock Lesnar, every time he goes into a match with a smaller guy, seems to shine at his best. AJ Styles, Finn Balor. Oh, my favorite, Rey Mysterio and the great Daniel Bryanson. It was nothing that.
What about Kofi smaller?
No. That was a black and white thing. I'll bring that up later. I think that was a racist thing. That was no blacks allowed in this club type of thing. But other than that, against smaller Caucasians, no, I'm just messing with you. The fact is, no, I was highly entertained. This was not the match of the night or anything of that nature, but this was what I thought it was going to be. Brock Lesnar was going to sell to Cody. They had to give Cody an olive branch after letting that debacle against Roman Reigns where I lost $40 because everybody and their mama knew he was supposed to end the reign of Roman Reigns. And they decided somewhere down the line, like, you know what? We're just going to let Reigns reign for 10 years. We're not going to never let this motherfucker. We'll create a belt for other guys to wrestle for, and Reigns can just keep winning, and we don't give a fuck. Because we'll never get a brother Bruno Sammartino unless we create one, because we're WWE and we do what the hell we want. That's what they're doing right now. They're doing what the hell they want.
We don't have to. We're WWE.
No, that's why they keep him away from Seth Rollins, because Rollins has a better record against Brock Lesnar than Reigns does. I damn near think Rollins is undefeated against Brock Lesnar and Reigns is like 9-8, and they kept Reigns away from who we thought he was going to end up going against, the Fiend. It kept his ass away from him. So this went down just like I thought it was going to go down. Cody won. They're setting Cody up to win this little world title. Now, if they pull the swerve on us and Cody doesn't win that belt, that's only because he wants Austin Theory or, like I said, the Bro to have that belt, which I think Austin Theory before the Bro. But Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, they did an average match. This wasn't a main event for a pay-per-view match, but I still give it a 3.
Tony.
Here's the problem I have with this match. It was the main event. I think this match would have been more entertaining as the opening match, where Brock could get his money and go home.
Yeah.
Or at least in the middle of the card. How the fuck is our main event at a pay-per-view 9 minutes and 40 seconds? When we saw Bad Bunny and Damian Priest show up and show out and give a great performance, which wasn't even a top 2 match. First of all, Cody don't need to win the world title on this tournament, because this tournament, you're going to have a bootleg dollar store champion no matter who wins it. No matter who wins this tournament, there are inferior bootleg champions, which is why you need to give it to Dominic, let him be the bootleg champion, and let somebody take it. And Cody, I legit think if Cody Rhodes don't win this tournament, but beat Dominic a month later for the title, it would be more a legitimate title win for Cody. If he wins this title, he's going to be the consolation champion. We made this title for you. Here you go. And we're going to piss on it. If Dominic wins the title and Cody take it a month later, it's not as much of a consolation prize, because everybody's going to be so ecstatic that he took the title for Dominic.
Look,
Dominic won't even be in the tournament. That's what's going to really piss you off.
Can this belt really be legitimized, though? Can the nostalgia
belt... If you put it
belt...
on a heat magnet and have a babyface take it a month later, it will put more legitimacy on it than just giving it to Cody Rhodes and he's going to be a fucking dollar store consolation prize.
Well, remember the Universal title? They just was like Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for the Universal title. That was it. The winner takes the belt.
See, I never really bought the Universal Championship either.
Never should have been invented.
No, it shouldn't have.
But let's get back to my rating now. I gave this match a 1. And the only reason I gave it a 1, just got bled in this. And it was inadvertent, but we got to see blood. And I
rated the Lesnar match higher than you? Holy crap.
They did. Because this match was just garbage to me. And I think I would enjoy this match more if it was earlier in the card.
Mm-hmm.
But it pissed me the fuck off that this was the main event. So I'll be honest with you. They lost points because this was the main event. They did. Yeah. This show should not have ended with this match. And they lost points for that. Rock got a point because he bled. But this match alone, we had about 3 to 4 matches better than this. How the fuck is this your main event? You put this as a double main event, and this wasn't even your best main event. The other main event was better. Both women's matches were better. You could lose points for this being the final match of the night.
All right, my turn. You know, I love Cody. I love him to death. I hate this booking. And I hate Brock Lesnar. So 2 out of 3 is a negative. Brock Lesnar need to go somewhere. Fuck him. Fuck his salary. Fuck his muscles. Fuck his very existence. Fuck his little small bobby tail that he has in his head. Fuck him bleeding. Fuck him showing up for the match. Fuck him even
Whoa,
walking through the fucking dressing room.
Don't fuck the bleeding now. We don't get blood in WWE.
No, fuck him. It's like a period. Fuck him.
Oh my god!
If they were showing fucking bitch on WWE in her period, I'd be happy. God damn.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
On that one. Fuck that.
Tony be running the red light, don't he?
Man.
Oh
Man.
my god!
You on
I'll be
your own
honest with you. If Mandy Rose on her period, I'm still going in.
Man, you on your own with that one. Dude.
Are they gonna shut this channel down?
Man.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
But seriously,
You can say what
Please
you
don't
want, Marcus.
cancel us.
You going in
No,
Naomi
no,
and Chris
no,
Marshall
no,
when they period.
no,
Don't even
no.
fucking
Oh
lie to
my
me. Don't even
God.
fuck.
No.
No, you
Thank
can get on
you
here,
for
man.
joining
Bullshit
us.
that shit all you want.
No.
If the only shot you had a fucking Naomi is on period, you gonna
Thank
take that
you
fucking
for
blood.
joining us on
Tony.
FTW Future Focus.
Bobby has his red shirt on. You do not need to be talking about periods today.
Oh, dear God.
I don't do red sex for nobody.
Oh.
Tony's a vampire, Marcus.
Yeah. Nah.
I've gone to blood red
All
pussy
right.
before. I ain't
All
gonna
right.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Back to the rating.
Sorry, Mom.
Bobby's
Back to
rating.
the rating. Yeah. I knew it was going to happen, something like this. I predicted something like this. I forgot he had to come on, or I would have called it exactly. Brock Lesnar. Actually, the only positive on this is Brock Lesnar got left in the ring looking dumb as if the fuck he is. Fuck him. Fuck his existence. Fuck him walking to the dressing room. Fuck him walking in the ring. Fuck his boots. Fuck his ponytail. Fuck him completely. Damn. I really want to give it a 0.5.
Give it a 0.5.
Yeah, that's where we're going, 0.5.
Okay.
Are him and Bianca the only two in wrestling with ponytails?
I
Yeah.
rated
But Chris,
a Brock
but Chris,
Lesnar.
I
rated
like that just been fucked.
Did you see Brock Lesnar? It's like it grows out. That motherfucker just starts swinging it around.
I cannot believe that I rated a Brock Lesnar match higher than not only Bobby but Tony.
How was that impossible for me?
Wait,
I
Bobby's
don't, well,
surprising.
because I can't stand Lesnar.
I'm not a Brock
can't
Lesnar
either.
hater though. That's the sad part about it. It's just how the match went for me.
I gave it a 3, and I feel disgusted with myself now.
I feel violated watching that
Let's
match.
get back to the Bianca Belair just been fucked ponytail. I want to get behind that bitch, pull that ponytail, and just go to work on that motherfucker.
And then
Thank you
Montez,
for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
then Montez Ford dive off the top and splash your ass.
He does look like he would join in, Tony, so I would watch out. They look like they might. They like to mingle. They like to mingle with each other. They like to play with their food, basically.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
That's fine, Chris. I got some meat they can play with.
Which should have been the last match on the card, to be honest.
Pause. You better pause, brother. You better pause.
We got
Bad
Bad Bunny taking on Damian Priest. Rob, I know it's a superstar.
Oh shit, we didn't do this match yet.
No, I saved it for last because I want to see Rob's fucking reaction. Because it's a superstar.
Okay. You asked for it. No.
It does not.
Here comes Mr. No Fun.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I gave this a 1.
What?
1.
That's high for you.
1 damn point is all this gets.
Smoking.
I'm smoking air because that's all I got from this match.
Brock Lesnar more than this match.
Because that was an actual match. This was garbage. First of all, Bad Bunny had to use weapons throughout the entire thing. Number 2, Damian Priest should be called Damian Saint because of how much he sold for that motherfucker.
Hold on, wait. We know Damian Saint. Don't insult him like that.
You know what I mean. Damian Priest gave that guy just like miles more than he should have. Plus, also, you got the run-ins.
Rob, I got a question for you though. How are you gonna penalize him for using weapons in a no DQ match?
Because it was the only damned way that Bad Bunny could have a competent match with anybody. Lazy booking. That's exactly
But why are you
right.
penalizing him for that?
Because he doesn't belong in there, and whenever he wasn't using the weapons, you could see it. He screwed up 2 suplexes that the announcers had to call Michinoku drivers. They were not Michinoku drivers; they were screwed up suplexes, and I can tell the difference.
I missed that.
One was a broken arrow.
Damian Priest did a broken arrow correctly and drove Bad Bunny through those goddamn tables.
That was tight.
That should have been the end of the match.
Yeah.
That should have been the end of the match. They should have started that son of a bitch out on a stretcher and ended it right there. But I understand that they've got to do it because they wanted to get Savio Vega and Carlito out there so that they could pop the crowd for the home audience. That in itself, which they already did that the right way with Selena Vega, but then they did it the wrong way with this. And it was the only way they could blow off the LWO versus Judgment Day feud because they screwed that up in the draft. So now we got to do it with Bad Bunny and all of this extra stupid shit. He even screwed up a figure 4 leg lock. Priest had to help him get that on. It was Damian Priest deserves to be the guy who wins the nostalgia belt.
No.
He should be the guy that wins that belt because he got screwed in this match.
Not after you lose to Bad Bunny. You can't win no belt. You can't win no belt after you lose to no rapper.
The fact that Damian Priest had to go through this stupid crap, and the fact that Sami Zayn, it took him a year to get to survive the jackass match and get back to where he was. No, this match was a damn disgrace. Bad Bunny should have lost when he went through those tables. This was absolute dog shit. I'm giving it a 1, and that's generous.
I go next.
Chris.
Let me go next.
Chris, go ahead.
Let me go next. So, Snoop Dogg, what's the punter's name that we all like?
Pat
McAfee. Those are spots in the show that you guys all agreed were like, it needed to be, it was comic relief and it helped out. This wasn't a comic relief spot, but this is what I said. WWE knows how to cater to their audience. Bad Bunny's one of the biggest. He's like Logan Paul. He probably has more followers than any wrestler on the roster. And then when you talk about in Puerto Rico, he's probably the biggest star that showed up there. He did have the biggest pop when he came out. He had the biggest pop. And then Carlito, Savio Vega, every single one of them, and then Selena Vega. Those were the biggest pops of the night. And that's all WWE was doing. And Damian Priest was doing his job. He was like, you know what? I get it. When a guy works and goes, I get it. This is what I love about, I can't think of, what's the black dude's name with the braids that I like that does the impression of Ric Flair?
Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal gets it. Remember when old boy's brother died and he took that match and took every move and all just for nostalgia, and it was a difficult match to go through. When guys get it, Damian Priest just gets it. It's like, you know what? We're doing this for the culture. They did all that for Puerto Rico. They didn't do that for Bad Bunny. They did that for Puerto Rico. That's all that was. Damian Priest is going to recover from this because nobody's going to remember that match. I'm not going to remember that match 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now. Unless Bad Bunny becomes a regular wrestler on the roster, we're not going to remember that match, and they ain't been pushing Damian Priest. But these are the things these guys do to try to get pushes. I guarantee you that, where they go, see, remember the Miz used to do all this dumb shit, and he started getting pushes. So I think Damian Priest is just doing his job, working, and doing whatever WWE needs for the culture. That's all I looked at that match was for Puerto Rico, and I thought it worked for what it worked for. I actually gave it a 3.5. I was actually entertained. Bad Bunny didn't do bad. Damian Priest sold, and you know, everybody came out and did their little thing. I thought it was cool. I really did. I like seeing Carlito with the apple and the fro and everything, and Savio Vega. It brought back nostalgia for me. I gave it a 3.5.
Well,
All right.
Chris,
Hold on. Let's get to these ratings.
I'm sorry.
Tony.
There are people in WWE that can't put on a better performance than Bad Bunny. And one of them, to be honest with you, is The Miz.
Whoa.
You can't tell me that you would have been more entertained with this match if you would have took Bad Bunny out of it and put The Miz in it. You can't tell me you would have been more entertained.
I wouldn't.
I don't think there is anything in the world that could have made this match entertain me. I really don't.
I was entertained by this match.
I mean,
this wasn't Jackass.
I gave this match a 1 basically for the same reason that Chris gave the almost Seth Rollins match a 0. That's not what I was judging it on. I understand what they were doing with the the local crowd, but the match itself was just absolutely positively terrible.
Right,
and
Rob,
Bad Bunny was horrible.
Let him finish.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, see, my thing is, I didn't think the match was terrible. I thought, no, Damian Priest sold his ass off, but the shit that Bad Bunny was doing, you got full-time wrestlers that's not performing as good as him. That's a fact. There's some wrestlers that don't perform in the ring as good as him, which is a shame on them because this is a rapper who does this shit part-time and outperforming some of your full-time wrestlers. And the fact that it's in Puerto Rico, like, there's no way anybody thought that Bad Bunny was going to lose at Puerto Rico. No. Bad Bunny, that pop he got, I'm like, as much as you want to talk about how bad he is in the ring, he got a Hulk Hogan pop. Hulk Hogan sucked in the ring, but got a great crowd reaction. Bad Bunny got the biggest pop of the night. That motherfucker went crazy when his music hit. They didn't even see him yet, and the place went crazy. WWE did this perfect. They did it perfect. You gotta have the weapons. You gotta have all the stuff you don't like. You gotta have all that stuff in it because no matter how good he is as a wrestler, you gotta have that extra stuff to legitimize him being a full-time wrestler and giving the people what they want. There was not one person in that building, not one, that wanted Damian Priest to win. And the reason why you had one person in that building who wanted to see him win is because you didn't attend that event, Rob.
Oh, God.
I was thoroughly entertained with this match. This is my favorite male match of the night. The two women matches I like better, but this is my favorite male match of the night for everything. Not only in-ring performance, the selling of Damian Priest. I'm impressed with Logan Paul, Bad Bunny, because as a celebrity, he's the best in-ring celebrity. I don't consider Logan Paul and Pat McAfee celebrities because they're athletes. Like Logan Paul is a combat athlete. Pat McAfee played football. This man's a straight up off the rapping stage, and they're doing better than some of the wrestlers. I would rather see Bad Bunny than The Miz. I would rather see him in the ring over Titus O'Neil. There's wrestlers in this company I would not want to see in the ring over Bad Bunny. And that's it. No, I just keep that.
And the weapons match hides the wrestling skill.
Yeah. He actually gives a shit. He gives a shit. You can see in his performance, he gives a shit.
Yeah.
I gave this match a 3.5. My favorite male match of the night.
That's what I gave.
Third favorite match of the night. Overall.
Wow. I wish that I could see this the way you guys do.
We ain't always there, Chris, but when we there, we there.
Marcus.
This match was a 0.
Thank you.
Abomination. You're telling us Damian Priest is supposed to be the executioner. Okay, the executioner of the Judgment Day, and he
Who said?
can't.
Wait.
And no, Tony,
Tony,
Tony, you wait. No, Tony, not this time. No, you wait. No. You're supposed to be executioner. You're supposed to be a badass, and you can't beat a damn rapper. Are you kidding me? They allowed Bad Bunny to no sell going through a table. Are you kidding me? That man should have been rolled out the window. I mean, if you're going to do that spot, then at least by time, that's when you have Vega and Carlito and all of them come out to make it believable that he's going to know that he's going to recover from getting thrown through a table. No, he's kicking this after getting thrown through the table. He's on the outside of the ring, kicking the hell out of Damian Priest. That I was done right then and there. I started to turn the TV off right then and there. I was absolutely done. I mean, Chris, I gotta disagree with you. Damian Priest is done. I mean, this is a match that Dominic should have been in. Okay,
Dominic's the biggest star than Damian Priest.
Dominic, no,
the biggest star.
let me explain why. Dominic could afford to take this loss.
No,
and as much as they popped for Damian Priest getting beat, imagine the pop if Dominic would have got beat with Rey Mysterio interference. That would have really blown the roof off. That's why this kills.
The only other person would have been The Miz. That's it.
No,
that's it.
They've killed Damian Priest. He's done. It's going to take.
This thing.
He did a job. And he might be Puerto Rican for all I know. He did a job to another Puerto Rican.
Let him go.
It's absolutely over for Priest. I mean, I am so disappointed because I like Damian Priest, and he has the look. He can. I thought after his performance in the chamber, they're going to do something with him, but it's done. He can't. To me, you can't even be the executioner of Judgment Day. Who are you going to execute? You can't execute Bad Bunny. So who are you going to execute? It's done.
Marcus, when did he become the executioner? Because I never saw that in him.
That was his title.
Who gave him the title?
Well, whatever. Well, it's done. It's over. 0.
Marcus, you're a beautiful man, and I love you.
0.
There's only two relevant people in Judgment Day.
0.
All right, here we go.
Okay, Bobby.
I am shocked that I am going to be the tiebreaker in this. I seriously thought this was going to be a landslide. Rob, with you like an AEW and how much bullshit goes on there, and you got to admit, it's straight bullshit. It's no substitution. It's straight out the cow's ass hitting the fucking ground. Marcus, I expected that.
Okay.
I talked about Marcus. I got so many things in my head going right now. I don't know which one to spit out first. Okay, let's start with the weapons. You got Bad Bunny, who's a rapper, okay? And you got a legitimate fight that's supposed to happen. So guess what? Yeah, there's weapons. Because if they do a professional wrestling match, Bad Bunny has no chance. He might be able to do a couple of spots, but he has no chance. So the weapons are used there to equalize both of them into almost an even matchup. All right. Second of all, Bad Bunny, when he took that broken arrow, Falcon arrow, Cheerio arrow, whatever you want to call it, he had about 4 minutes to recover from being thrown to that table, from him picking him up, carrying him over there to the ring, and what have you. He had enough time to recover. All right. The thing that bothers me about this is Bad Bunny has shown a lot of skill, and I'm going to repeat something Tony has said. He's doing better than half the roster. This man performs better than half the WWE full-time roster. Not only that, he's doing better than 75% of the AEW roster.
90%.
No, I ain't gonna say 90. 75. 75. I'm
He
sorry.
is. Rob, he is.
His stuff is in a story, tells a story, makes sense, does dynamic moves. He does fly also, which is a rarity for me because you know I'm not a high flying dude. You know what I'm saying? He flew. He did all of that. He
How
put
many
on a
wrestlers
figure
can do the
four, and
Canadian
of course he's
Destroyer?
not going to know how to put on a figure four perfectly because he's not a wrestler. So yeah, Damian Priest helped him out a bit. How many times have AEW wrestlers had to be helped out in a simple spot? A body slam.
On the top rope.
Helping each other on the top rope, making it look obvious. Hell, even one of them eating a cheeseburger, they need help.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Bad Bunny clowned last night. He executed his moves, and I know you don't like it when people are superstars that are not of the wrestling genre that comes in and performs the craft. You are a gatekeeper. I understand that. But there are exceptions. Bad Bunny is an exception. He cares about his craft. You can tell he trains.
Yeah.
He's not an athlete.
You gotta respect
He's not
that.
Logan Paul. Logan Paul, I'm impressed by Logan Paul too, but not as much as Bad Bunny because Logan Paul has done combat sports. You know what I'm saying? So you got a little bit in you. All right, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But Bad Bunny had none of that. He was smoking weed, drinking liquor. And to try to say a rapper beat a wrestler, how about Suge Knight? Suge Knight will whoop half these wrestlers' ass. Come on, man. Let's just be real.
Well, look at indie wrestling. All those guys have normal jobs.
We ain't even gonna talk about indie wrestling. We're gonna talk about Suge Knight whooping every motherfucker's ass. Almost half the motherfuckers' ass on the roster. Because Suge Knight ain't no fucking joke. Tupac would have whooped their ass. Biggie would have whooped their ass. Put the Young Bucks against Biggie. 2-on-1. Biggie would have been like, I'm Big Papa. Come here. And
Like
fuck
when
the
you call
Young
me
Bucks
Big
up.
Papa.
And I'm not saying that because I don't like the Young Bucks. I'm saying it because it's real, because Biggie's from the fucking streets. Biggie would have dog walked their ass. Hangman Page. Come on, man. Tupac versus Hangman Page. Who the fuck go win that? Hangman Page wouldn't even say shit. He took his tail to run. The Miz. Who the fuck? He can't even beat Maurice.
I respect Maurice.
I would too.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
But the point I'm trying to make is just because he's a rapper does not mean he cannot learn and have the athletic ability to perform in that ring. And that man took that craft,
He took it seriously.
and performed it well. Better than the people that's there full time. In the federation that he's in and outside the federation he's in. I'm sorry. This was my third favorite match of the night. I gave it a 4.5.
Damn.
Because you know what? Bunny, with his effort, his training, he deserved it. That man deserved it. And Damian Priest deserved it because he came up and he executed.
Look at Rob. Look at Rob.
I cannot believe how far apart we are on this.
But
Rob's jaw hit the floor.
But the other thing that I think helped this match was the fact that, like, I think it was like Ray and Dominic though too, because when Bad Bunny was training, a majority of his training was with Damian Priest.
This
Something to help the
was
chemistry.
this was the only blow off to Judgment Day LWO that we're gonna get.
Yeah.
And
perfect.
to me, that is the saddest part of all. That
But-
this and I look,
Hold
I
on,
don't.
hold on. There is another blow off. Rhea and Dominic.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future
Whoa,
Focus. Oh my
That
God.
was wrong. And you deserve number 44 in that. But the blow off I want was Zelina Vega right down here.
Thank you for joining us
But
on FTW.
I got a question,
Future
Bobby.
Focus.
Bobby, I got a question for you. Now you're saying that 4 minutes was long enough time to recover from going through a table.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen? Okay, 4 minutes for a guy that's, as you said, is not a wrestler. But how many times have we seen guys who are wrestlers lay out half the match from going to a table?
I agree. And
So how can you say for a
Yeah,
wrestler?
tag team matches, but in the singles match,
Come on, man.
no. It looked like he was in better shape since we seen him last too. He looked bulked up.
No, because Chris brought a good point. In a singles match, you don't see any professional wrestler laying out for more than 4 minutes in a singles match. You don't see that in a singles match.
Not only that,
that's what I mean. Why have the spot in the middle of the match? That's my whole point.
how come you two guys can't see what that whole crowd saw? They were cheering from start to finish. So you tell me 40,000 people were cheering for them, but you two guys wouldn't have cheered for them?
No,
Okay.
I would not have.
No. Okay.
Because it wasn't
So
about
the rest, us 3 and 40,000 people are crazy, but y'all two are right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tony.
Man, I don't say it's about them, but man, Chris got a damn good point there now.
It wasn't.
Man.
No, it wasn't about the crowd reaction. It was about the fact that whenever a celebrity beats a wrestler, it makes the wrestling look like shit.
Rob, you got to be fucking out your mind to say that shit. Everything is about reaction. Whether you get over as a face or get over as a heel, it's
Did
always
Bam Bam
about
Bigelow's career hurt when Lawrence Taylor beat him? No.
Yes.
No,
Yes,
it didn't.
it did.
He went on to ECW and became the world champion. It didn't hurt Bam Bam Bigelow's career.
No, that hurt Bam Bam.
No. I still was a Bam Bam Bigelow fan.
Wait. Let me say something. Let me make a perfect example. I'm glad you brought that up. Lawrence Taylor. Who performs better in that ring? Lawrence Taylor or Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Lawrence Taylor.
Come on, man.
Bad Bunny. Lawrence Taylor was high. Lawrence Taylor was high. Bad Bunny performed better.
Athlete, though.
No, Bad Bunny performed better than Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor was stiff and had to be told what to do. Bam Bam was telling him what to do.
You can't compare
Bobby, talk to your friend, Bobby. Talk to your friend, Bobby.
You can't compare the matches. One was a wrestling match or one was a weapons match, which is easy. You can't compare.
Right, that's why they did the weapons match though, to protect Bad Bunny. That's the whole idea of doing it.
That's the problem. Bad Bunny had to be protected.
Right. No, that was perfect. That's why it was the perfect match, Rob.
This much.
That's the point.
Oh,
Taylor was protected.
Oh God!
I saw nothing in the Lawrence Taylor Bam Bam Bigelow match to make me think that Lawrence Taylor actually put in the effort and was better than some of the rest in the locker room. I saw nothing on Lawrence Taylor to make me feel that way at all. Lawrence Taylor was not a good in-ring performer.
I can't believe that I'm in the position to defend Lawrence Taylor. I hated that match, and I still do. But at least you could believe that Lawrence Taylor was a legitimate athlete.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Tony, let me get this. I agree with you on something though, but it follows my same principle. Lawrence Taylor, dude, knocked people around in the NFL. He's from the streets. He looks crazy. He snorts cocaine. Everybody knows that. Cocaine is a horrible drug.
I thought he would have done better because of it.
But The Miz. Lawrence Taylor versus The Miz. Who's gonna win? Honestly, Rob. Lord Taylor versus the Miz. Who's gonna win?
Bobby, you know perfectly well that in a street fight, anybody can beat anybody else given enough weapons and circumstances.
We don't know if Bad Bunny trains in boxing or not, though. We don't know his background. You don't know that, Rob.
The Young Bucks couldn't beat nobody in a pillow fight, let alone a street fight.
The Young Bucks are not the issue here. The
No, but I'm
issue
making an
is
example.
the
No, I'm making an
WWE
example
put
of
this
what
match
you're saying.
on for reaction's sake.
Bad Bunny for world champion.
Oh,
No, we ain't gonna go
Jesus.
that far now.
I would
No,
stop
yeah, you
watching
lost on that
wrestling
credit.
altogether. If they put a belt on that son of a bitch, I would walk off a cliff. No,
I
fuck
put a Logan
that.
Paul before Bad
Hey.
Bunny.
Hey,
Oh.
to tell you the
I put a
truth,
Logan Paul before Bad Bunny.
yeah, that's true.
Oh.
But
Oh,
honestly,
we can wrap
man,
this
I
up in about
mean,
3
you
hours.
got to give Bad Bunny his credit, man. That man worked his ass off, and he did well in that match.
Oh.
He did better than half that roster would have did.
Hmm.
Bad Bunny versus the Young Bucks. I'm picking Bad Bunny. 2-on-1. Bad Bunny.
I'm picking the remote control. I wouldn't watch that match if you paid me.
I would. I want to see the bloodshed, and I want to see Bad Bunny drive off with a white Bronco.
Oh. Damn. Oh, that one hurt. Oh.
That's what the Young Bucks said.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
What's the record go? We up to 46.
Oh, dear God.
Well,
Is that
ladies and
that's a
gentlemen.
tie for the record, isn't it?
Yeah, we tied for the record.
All right. Speaking of Manny Rose, I just want to have Manny Rose just like done.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus, the record-breaking edition, once again. And please forgive me for starting this whole tirade because I had no idea we were going to be split down the middle on a match like this.
Neither did Mandy Rose.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Yeah, I
48.
would
Jeez.
split Manny Rose in the middle.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
We need to wrap this up because the bar's getting set too high.
Oh, dear God.
Where's James Brown?
Well,
Where did Chris go? Did I piss him off so much that he left?
no. He had to go pee or something. Who knows?
Oh, well, all right.
He might be thinking about Mandy Rose himself. Who knows? Anyway.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future
That's the
Focus.
big 5-0. No,
Oh.
Chris is inside Liv Morgan right now, so he ain't thinking about Mandy.
Oh. That's why he ain't stepped up to the table.
I quit. To hell with it. No, but
I
Bobby,
would bend that bitch over the table, but the bitch probably missed that shit too.
thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh my God.
Oh, man.
3 hours and we got 51.
Enough table talk for now. We'll go ahead and end this session while we're ahead.
Yeah.
Literally ahead.
Yeah, Naomi. I'm going to be ahead, Naomi.
Oh.
I would say thank you to Chris, but he's out doing something. I don't know.
He must be doing dishes.
Jergens lotion? Okay.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future 52. Oh.
You're not so humble correspondent, Robert Black. Thank you very much. Sonny Motown Allen, thank you very much. Oh, there he goes. He's wiping his hands. Yes, get a lotion on.
My neighbor's a dancer. She just came down. I had to go say hi.
51's enough.
That's at 52, Rob. We're at 52.
I'm going to have an aneurysm.
Wow.
Oh.
She's got purple hair.
Purple rain.
Purple rain.
Oh, I'll make it rain on Liv Morgan, though.
Rain. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, man, don't be talking about. But see, I don't never go after your booze. Leave my shit alone, Tony.
Oh, you missed it earlier. No, 51 was
53.
double, too.
Oh,
Let's end the show on a good note. Let's dance to some James Brown.
please.
Why?
Wait, Marcus. You
Because
got-
we like you.
We on Marcus.
What's that?
We on Marcus. We got to say bye to
Well, I
Marcus.
was going to say that. I was trying to catch my breath from coughing. Also, thank you for putting up with our insanity, Marvelous Marcus Buckley. This edition of the FTW Future Focus is going down in history. And the title is going to be right. We're going to get the true backlash in all of pro wrestling. I just like the back of Naomi. But anyway, we're going to
Hey.
I will backlash Naomi any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Her name is Trinity Uso.
I will backlash Trinity every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Thank
Look at that
you
ass.
for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Next week, I'm banning it. I swear to you.
No.
Next week,
You're not
I'm
banning
it.
shit.
Thank you for joining.
Oh, Trinity. Oh, yeah, Trinity.
Oh, scissor me, Trinity.
Okay, I'm up out of here.
Joining us on
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. We will see you next week. Oh my God, what the hell just happened?
Hit it. Oh, how you feel, brother? Feeling good. You feel good? Feeling good. It's groovy. There's so much bone, brother. How you feel, man? I feel all right. I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here. How you feel, fella? Hey, Jam. Sure getting down. Look at him. Ah. We're gonna have a funky good time. 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 Let's take 'em up, Fred. We gotta take you high. Yeah. Ow. All right. You wanna do it again? You wanna do it again, huh? Yeah, let's do it one more time. We gotta take you high. Yeah. Hey, brother. Yeah. Now I want everybody. Let Fred blow about 2 choruses. And then I want to wave you in. Let's go and do that. We did this now. All right. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get that fella with the little horn over there. You gonna change horns on me? Fred, can you take us higher? Yeah. Take us higher.